Okay. That was me whistling. There was nothing wrong with the computer. Okay, let's see. Let's straighten out. I pulled a bunch of sketchbooks, some ideas. We're going to do idea collecting. Idea collecting today. Hi, Julie Topaz. Happy, wonderful Wednesday. My cats are just zipping around here, meowing, howling, chasing. You want to come up here? Come on, if you can find room. Good luck. Good luck. So good morning, everybody. There, look, she's like right on the edge. There's no room for her. There's no room for the baby. She has to sit right on. She's like literally on the edge right here. Hi, Leah and Icy. Let's see who else. Yes, a Society of Idea Collecting Day. We're going to talk sketchbooks. I've been taking notes so that I can talk about stuff. But we'll see. Anyway, it's gonna be kind of like off the cuff. I mean, it's not like I'm probably going to tell you anything new or anything we haven't talked about or sketchbooks or collecting ideas, but we haven't done it in a while. So I got my lemon water, and I might have to be running after the cats. I don't know what Oliver's doing. I hear him in like paper. I don't know what he's doing. So we'll see. Let's see. Pamela, Beth, Sue. Who else? Well, so we'll see how it goes. Hi, Debbie, Bruce, Marilyn. Who else? Said Beth. Yes, they both are. They're brother and sister. Dawn. Let's see. Okay, well, I think I've said hi to everybody so far. So I pulled some different sketchbooks, junk journals, idea collecting, notebooks. I just pulled a whole bunch of different ones, and they're just all kind of jumbled on here now. We'll organize them. What? Let me go see what he is doing. What is he doing? Is he just downstairs messing around? Where is he? He must be chasing a toy downstairs on the wood floors, and that's why it sounds so loud. Sounds all scratchy, and I think that's what he's doing. He's chasing some toys downstairs. CK, Linda Rentz, Nashua. Who else? Let's see. So she went to see what he's doing because he's making so much noise. Okay, well, I'll just say good morning to everybody for a couple minutes, and we'll get started. I am here. Let me put a hand in here. Terry Brett. Yes, hopefully you'll take lots of notes or some notes, just some. I put on Cam's little bracelet cuff over my shirt. He got me for my birthday. And yeah, did my nails. Let's see, who else am I missing? Missy Johnson. So yeah, we'll go through some of these. I'm not going to go through page by page, and most of these you've seen over the years. But I just thought I'd pull a few different types. Like I have tons of composition books. I got tons of travelers and sketchbooks and just, junk journals. But I just tried to pull like one or maybe two of the different types, just so we can talk about the types of idea collecting, sketchbooking, journaling. Now, it's not really, this is not really necessarily like your sketchbook, your art sketchbook, where you're just drawing, a book that you just draw in. I've got two big books that I'm using this year. This one and the other one that's buried under there that I'm using just for like catch-all of everything. Ideas, sketches, drawings, a little everything. And those are the two that I'm going to show you how I'm using them. And I did write down, I said, well, I gotta give me some notes because I'll forget something. So I did write down some notes. And so we'll talk about all that. Hi, Starla. Stephanie Designs. Who else? Lurkers. I tried to do a quick short for this, but for whatever reason, it's not showing up. When I go to upload shorts, it's not showing up. Like maybe it just took a minute. It's not there yet. So what I'll probably do is do a quick short of just like a picture of, a little of this, and then reference this video today. I don't really do a lot of shorts, but I try to do a few, just because we need to. And so anyway, and I don't know where Rachel is today, but Rachel, if you're lurking, good morning. Let's see, Kimberly, Janet. We're on the sketchbooks today. Sketchbooks and idea collecting. Y'all know we call it SOIC, Society of Idea Collecting. We can't really hashtag that because I think it's a school that has that. It's a school of something, something. So they already have SOIC. So we don't hashtag with that. But it's Society of Idea Collectors. And it's just where you just collect ideas. Everybody should have some kind of notebook, comp book, traveler's journal, idea book, 3-ring binder, which I have many of those. You need to have something where you are collecting your ideas, a sketchbook, anything. I start out usually on Post-its. My ideas usually start out on Post-its before they get put in any of these books. But depending on what I have handy at the time. So, hi, Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Society, and Kira, Donna, or it might be Donna. I can't remember because my mom's name was Dona, but she said Donna too. So, hi, Jane. I'm probably missing some people coming in. Oh, I think she said one time it's like Don Quixote. Don, is it Don like that? I think she told me one time. Let's see. I think I've said hi to everybody I see. Hope you're doing well, Janet. And yeah, so yesterday I did do a Barbie photography. I actually set it up on Monday night about 10 o'clock at night. It only took me about 45 minutes. It wasn't that in depth. And I thought about leaving it out to show it to you, the actual setup, but I wanted to move on. That was Monday night. I couldn't go all day yesterday with the Barbie setup on my table. So I took pictures because they last longer. Anyway, I did this. For Valentine's Day, I did a thankful heart for all of you. It's on my Instagram and it's on also on Facebook. I do have a Barbie doll photography folder on Instagram. I mean on Facebook. So that one, and let me get the other one. A close up. I did a close up. So there we go. So, and you can see I had the cats over here in the cart. So this is just a one wall. It's not even a 3-sided room. It's just a wall like this. And then I went ahead and added this, a thankful heart for all you. It didn't show up that well. I really probably should have done a white floor and red lettering, but it was 10 o'clock at night. That's, time for me to be in bed and reading. I should have been in bed and reading for about 3 hours by then. Because, Hubster and I go to bed early to read. We both just go to bed to read. Well, I mean, we just spend a lot of time reading in bed at night. And, but I showed this to Jan. I did go to Chick-fil-A yesterday morning and they did heart-shaped biscuits. So I had to take a picture of it. They did heart-shaped biscuits. So in the chicken biscuits. So, yeah. And I did do, like I said, I did a quick short. I'll try to put this up for y'all. Well, not for y'all because let's see. Let's start over because now the volume's not.
Let's talk sketchbooks. How many we have? What do we do with them? Are we using them?
And I sat down in my chair and it squeaked. But I just thought, well, that's what it is here. My squeaky chair is just like, it's 20-something, 30 years old. I'm not getting rid of my squeaky chair. It's just way too comfortable. I've got piles of blankets and it's been duct taped. Let me see. It's been duct taped. Let me show you. Let's see. I'll take a picture. And it ain't going nowhere. So let me show y'all real quick. So here's my chair. It's got blankets piled on the back and the seat. The chairs are all, the arms are all duct taped, but it's the most comfortable thing to sit on. So anyway, yeah. So that's all that's been going on. So yesterday what did I do other than go to Chick-fil-A? What did I work on yesterday? What did I work on yesterday? I don't even remember. I don't remember what I worked on yesterday. Yeah. I have a couple of little things. I can't talk about what I'm working on because yeah. That's why I couldn't think of it because it's not something I share with y'all. But anyway, and I did work in my sketchbooks. These I'll show. Oh, let me dig down. These are my two sketchbooks I'm using for the year. Remember last year, well, I showed them, but I'll show them again. So this one, this one, and this one. These are the two that I'm working on in 2023. So yeah, I've made a dent in this one, and I've made a dent in this one. So it's got some stuff going on, but I'll show you how I'm doing these. Not that I do them like this every year, but this is the year. This is the year. Hi, Arlene. Let's see, who else am I missing? Hi, Adam. We're talking sketchbooks today, and sketchbooks, junk journals, journaling, idea collecting, because we have what's called the Society of Idea Collectors, where we have some kind of journal, and I'm going to show all the different types that are possible to be used to do your Society of Idea Collecting. So, and welcome, Adam. Thanks for stopping in. So this is my 2023. This is the one that I'm working on this year, along with this smaller one. So I got them both off of Amazon. Let me give y'all the ISBN numbers because I know y'all gonna want them. You're going to want the ISBNs. You might not want the journals. I will start by saying these are idea collecting sketchbooks. They're not for finished art. They're copy paper, or maybe just a step above copy paper. This one is actual copy paper, I think. This one may be a step of, I don't know. I think they're pretty much both copy paper. But if for idea collecting, note taking, and everything I'm going to show today, these are perfect for me. Okay. All right. So let me give you the ISBN. So the smaller one here, which is, let me go down here on my ruler, is 8. This one's 8x8. Janet and I love square notebooks. I always throw Janet in there on anything I'm doing. I say, Janet, hi, Colleen. Oh, and Colleen and Kathy showed their, I didn't pull that one today, Colleen, believe it or not. Colleen and Kathy showed yesterday. Was it on Kathy's channel or I think it was on Colleen's channel. They swap out every Tuesday. It's either CK Art Colleen or Kathy Berg, and they swap out whose channel they stream on every Tuesday about 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern. And they showed the really big notebook that we all got sometime years ago. It was years ago that we got it. I did not pull that one, Colleen. Hi, Marsh. Good to see you. Hi, Mary. Yes, idea collecting, Mary. So if you want to see yet another book, big, huge book of collecting ideas, Colleen, whose channel did y'all stream on yesterday? Was it yours or Kathy Berg's? But anyway, go follow both of them. Follow CK Art Colleen and Kathy Berg so that y'all can, and they, like I said, it's just every Tuesday morning and they swap back and forth. So I don't remember whose channel that it was. All right. So Colleen said it was on hers. So if y'all want to see some more art journals, sketchbooks, go over there and see theirs. Okay, so let me give you these two. 979-881-915-9200. And that's for this little 8x8 one. And it's got 600, and that means like front and back. So it's actually 300 pages, but it's 600 if you count front and back. That's how they do it. All right, so let me move this one over here because I'm going to pull out my notes. So I try to remember everything to tell you guys that I wrote down. Okay, this one is the giant, and this comes in all different kinds of covers. And this one's a little taller. I think these are 8.5 by 11, but this one I think is almost 12, just shy of 12. So you have to look at the sizes, but this one comes in different covers, all different colors and covers. So when I'm giving you the ISBN, it's probably for this cover, but there are tons of other ones that you can pick. Okay. This one is just blank. It is numbered. This one is numbered. This one here is not numbered, but it has sketchbook at the bottom of every page. Okay. But this one is numbered. And the ISBN on this one is 979-875-327-2171. And again, that might be the specific cover. So look around. There's all kinds of, I have tons of these that I use. Let's see, where's my space one? Here's one that has this one. And I did put it, this one was starting to kind of, I overdid it, but this is another one. This is a little bit smaller. See, it's a little bit smaller, but they come in different sizes. Okay, so where should we start? I did not pull my sketchbooks where, you know, my big, huge, well, I'll just show it. I'm not going to go through it, but I'll just show you what I'm talking about. I did not pull these kind of sketchbooks. My big sketchbooks that have actual art in them like this, I did not pull these to show. This is like an actual sketchbook, not really an idea collecting book. And this is one of the big hardback 600 page. And I don't use it really to sketch in, although there are a few sketches in it. Most of these I've added to it, but I did not pull my sketchbooks, except this. And that's really an idea collecting book. Okay, so let's see what other, here's another one. This was my last year's sketchbook. And it's, again, it's 600 pages. If you like this one's, again, a little smaller than this one. This one is 979-869-360-1833. And it doesn't come with the iTunes stickers on it. I stuck those on there. So I put the iTunes stickers. Every time I buy iTunes card, I love the stickers. So I always put them on there. Okay, so let's put those back on the shelf. All right, let me check chat here. I'm sure there's people coming in. Hi, Tina. Hi, Pacola, my little snapdragon. I love to call her my little snap. Pacola's one of our mods. There's Tina right here. Janet. There she is. And Pacola, where's Pacola? Whoops, where'd she go? There she is. Pacola, I call her my Snapdragon because if we need a link, it's like she's right on it. And Julie Topaz is a fourth one. So I got 4 mods that are awesome, amazing. And Pacola does a mod for Colleen and Kathy Berg as well. Okay, let's see. Get a little bit of... Tina's right on. And Tina also mods for Pete at Creepy Little Book. So if y'all like, conspiracy theories, UFOs, any kind of creepy, anything like that, anything like it, Pete has, it's called Creepy Little Book. And he actually has a little book. Anyway, that's where I met Tina. I met Tina over at Pete's Creepy Little Book channel. Okay, so let's see who else is here. Tanya, Mama Jeannie, Mama, I call her Mama 4. There she is. I said hi to Mary. Mary, I am so tempted. I was tempted today to do wax seal day. But I said, well, no, Mary's been doing wax seals. So I don't, I'll just, everybody go, if you want to know more about wax seals and stuff, just go watch Mary for now. I do have a show coming up with wax seals. So making them either with glue sticks, with actual wax bits. And Mary, well, let me just hang on. Rabbit Trail. I do want to know, Mary, do you know that you can get these at Hobby Lobby? I just pulled 3 colors to show you. And I got them on sale, but you can get these for the glue gun, Mary, in different colors. Wax seal, it's like a glue gun. Just you use it just like a glue gun, but you run these through it. Have you seen these, Mary? Oh, I will. I'll probably do it next week, Mary. But right now, you're on a roll with it. Since you're on a roll with wax seals, I thought let's just let Mary do the wax seals for now. Okay, so I have my notes over here to the side, so I'll try to remember everything. I kind of mind mapped it out and everything. So get your pen and paper out if you want to take notes. That's what we do at the Society of Idea Collectors. You haven't seen it yet? Okay. Well, I'm sure you can get them online too. I just got them at Hobby Lobby. All right. So I have notes. I have them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, list, notes. Okay. So let me see. Where do I start? All right. So I'll start by showing you. My journals. Now I just showed you this one. This is my 2023. This is my I don't want this is my phone number. They went on my phone number. But 2023. Not that I put my phone number or my email in my sketchbooks. Like I'm not going anywhere with this. This isn't leaving the house. Why is my phone number in there? So I'm going to set that one aside. Okay. So just to show you different kinds of ways to art journal, idea collect, sketchbook, note taking, any and all of the above, you can use any of these ideas. You just have to figure out what you like the best or what's most appealing to you, the different sizes, the different functions. You have to decide that for yourself. I'm going to show you because I've tried them all. So you can pick what you like to do. Okay, let's see. A big five flaw, that is Raj, right? Raj, with your other name while are you still in Paris, Raj? Let's see, who else? I'm probably missing people coming in. I'll put it in caps if you're talking to me. Hi, Flo. Function of light one. We call her Flo. She's one of the encouragers around here. Okay. So I'll start with this one's right in front of me. I used to do one of these a year. I'd buy one of these expensive Barnes and Noble actual leather journals from Italy. I'd buy one a year and I'd use it for a year. I think I have, I'm looking up on my shelf, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 8, 9. I'm not sure how many years I used one of these. And then I don't know why, I just moved on. Now they are usually lined. Let me find it here. This is what they usually look like inside. They're just lined journals. They may make gridded ones. I've never seen a blank one. Not that they don't have them, but I've never seen the blank ones because I probably would have bought them. Hi, Rebecca. Did I ever pick the right day to listen? Oh, Mary. Oh, good. Because Mary loves the Society of Idea Collecting as much as I do. We both love our idea collecting, don't we, Mary? So I used to do one of these every year for about, I don't know, 8 a year, 9, however many of these I have. This one is from 2011. I started streaming in 2010, so there's probably one of 2010 up there too. And I called these my desk journals because what I would do is I would leave these on my desk, and anytime I had leftover paint, let's see here, leftover paint, I would pick it up with the palette knife, scrape it in, just so that I used up all my paints, right? Or if I was doing a collage and I had leftover collage bits, I would glue them in. And then later, when I just didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have anything. I'd go back in with some paint or stickers or collage bits, and I'd go in and just play and add things to it. But it was really just a place to throw in leftovers. So you could call it a leftover journal. I just called them desk journals. And I did these every year. For some years. And again, I'm not going to say you should do this. You can pick that. You can't do this one. I'm just showing you the different ones I've used over the years. You decide what's best for you, what kind of shape, size, what kind of journal you like to do. But everybody should be keeping some kind of a journal, sketchbook, notebook, even if it's just a composition book. You should be keeping some place for your ideas because you have them. You have ideas. Everybody has ideas. Everybody has imagination. Hi, Kathy Berg. I was just talking about you and Colleen's show yesterday, and I did not pull the big notebook. I didn't pull that one. But if you want to see what they showed in their journals yesterday, that was at Colleen's channel. Okay, so who else? Hi, Christopher. Anybody else I missed? We're just talking we call it Society of Idea Collectors, but where we collect ideas. I'm just going over the different notebooks and sketchbooks and idea books that I use to collect my ideas. So I'm trying to cover everything I wrote down for today. All right, so back to this. So I use one of these, and I call them desk journals. And I only pulled one. I didn't pull all 8 or 9. And I use these every year, a new one every year. So some of them have a few pages left, some have a chunk left. And anytime you use any kind of bound spine journal, you really need to work front to back. And again, I have a dated book where I just throw down, what I streamed and stuff like that every day. I didn't even pull that one. This is kind of like I don't want to call it a diary because I don't really diary. It's just this one I used last year, and there's plenty of room left. So I added a 23 to it because there was enough room for 2 years in here. So there's nothing, there's no paint in here, stencil, stamping, none of that. This is just to throw down. I streamed. So if you're doing a diary type thing like this and you're actually journaling your full day, then something like this might be good for that. This is not what I'm talking about today. Okay, so yeah, if you have any kind of a bound book, you need to work front to back to front, in the middle, because otherwise your spine is going to warp. I did not pull my magazine journals either, but let me show you one or two. Let's see here. I want to find one where the spine's really warped. So, and again, this is more of a type of a project rather than idea collecting. My magazine journals, but look at those spines. So I glued 2 magazines together to work in, but see how the spine did on this one? It totally warps if you try to go front to back. I did not pull these. This is a project type journal. It's not really my idea collecting type journals, which is what I want to cover today. There's another one that's warped. Look at how bad that one is. See how that one bit almost sideways? So that will happen if you don't move front to back to front. If you just go straight front to back, they will warp like that, okay? I'm not going to talk about the magazine journals today because that, like I said, that's a project journal rather than idea collecting. I'm trying to stick to idea collecting today, which is hard for me because a lot of this stuff overlaps, right? Okay, so I'm going to move this one off again. These are expensive. If you want to just use one for a year, then it's not so bad. But yeah, get these at Barnes & Noble. All right, let's move this. I'm going to make separate piles behind me. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going through them. Then I'll go through my list of things. All right, let's see. Kathy C. Who else? Angie. I know I'm missing people coming in. Just make sure if you're talking to me, put it in caps so I see you. I try not to miss anybody, but I do. All right, so then there's these I put 2 together because I like thick journals. These I think are let me see, let me go to the back here, see if do I have which journals are these? I think these are Strathmore. I put 2 together. I'm trying to find the name. Oh wait, maybe it's in here. Oh, is it a Molly? I don't know. Maybe it's Moleskine. These might be Moleskine, but I put 2 together. And so again, you can use these for sketchbooks and idea collecting, or just a sketchbook. I'm just showing you. These are a lot of stickers from By Bun, Roxanne. If you like this kind of creepy cool stuff, Roxanne has you under her wings. Let's see if I got some more on here. By Bun. There's a By Bun. But I get her what do you call it? oh, what does she call it again? In December, she puts out the 12 days of, it's her version of the 12 days of Christmas, but it's creepy stuff. So there's that. It's just a regular kind of sketchbooks. I just put two together with, and people ask me, let me show you. I did buy another roll of this because I'm down to nothing on this roll, but these rolls are real thick. This is the gafferpower.com, but you can get it on Amazon. This is bookbinder tape, and it's kind of that rough feel tape. So this is what I use to reinforce any of my journals or any of anything that I want to make sure isn't going to fall apart. It's this. Yeah, it's this tape, Annie Tanner. It's called Gaffer Power, but just go to Amazon and put in Gaffer Power tape. Make sure you get the right size. You got to pick your color. It comes in a couple of colors, but that's where I get it. And well, let me show you the new one here. So here's my new one because this one's almost out. So this is how much comes on it. You get a lot. There's a lot on there. It runs about $20, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I think it runs about $20, but it lasts a long time. And I reinforce, most of my journals with it. So, yeah. All right. Of course, you can always use duct tape too, which I've done plenty of duct tape, not just for my chair, but it's duct tape. You can get this anywhere. It's also good for binding your spines to give extra support to your spines. Okay. Well, this is just a sketchbook. Again, what do I have in this one? This one is kind of like, I might even use this as a sample today. Okay, this one is one that I've done kind of recently, and it's kind of the point of how to start one. Whether you use any of these other ones, this one, I'll show you kind of how to start one. All right, so I'm going to keep this one out close by because this is, and it does, again, this same system, same idea collecting works in any of these. It just depends on, thank you, Tina. Tina put in a link to the tape. It's 23, she said. So, all right, let's see. You can't. Hi, Golden. Thank you for stopping in. I'm recording. Who else am I missing? Let me get a sip of my water because y'all know I go. Rachel, if you're lurking. All right. So I think I'll use this for what we're going to do today. So I'm going to set that right over here. I was just thinking about using this one where I'm keeping my notes, but that little one might be better. All right. Then we have, these go way back to comp books. We used to all do this kind of journaling, junk journaling, idea collecting in comp books. And if anybody can remember the lady that started everybody doing the, this kind of thing, if you can remember who that was, was it a Tanya? Somebody would think of it, tell me the name, because of y'all that have been around as long as me, y'all will know her name. But she started getting everybody involved in using comp books for your ideas. Well, and junk journaling idea, just for everything. And what you would do is you would go through every page, you'd crunch it up. Then after that, you go back and you take your ink pads and scrape the ink over so you get all this kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Tangi Baxter. Thank you, Deborah. Let me click on it. Tangi Baxter was the first person. This was before I was ever streaming. Had to be 15, maybe 20 years ago. I don't even know how long ago she started doing the comp book, everybody doing the comp book, right? But you would, and then you'd go back and you'd add papers and just different things. And you could add different ribbons. You could divide it up with your ribbons. Anyway, comp books. And then here's a different one I have. This one's just got different ideas and just different things in this and notes. Again, I'm going to show you all the different, thank you, Dreaming. Let me see, hang on. Click it here. Thank you, Dreaming, for supporting the channel for the super sticker. I like your avatar. Dreaming Tabitha. I'll have to go find your channel. You sound kind of familiar, but I don't think I recognize that avatar. I'll have to go find your channel later. I do go back and scrub through my chat to see, meet new people. Hi, View, to try to meet new people and, see new channels and everything. So if I miss you here, I will try, I try to go back and find you later. Hi, and thank you. Thank you again, Dreaming Tabitha, for supporting the channel. Let's see. Who else? I just saw somebody else. Annette came in. Annette. Did I say hi to Tanya Woodward? Yeah. Maseki. Maseki's in the Netherlands. Okay, so all that I'm going to talk about today, you can do in any of these books. So composition books, okay, and they hold up well. They really do hold up well. So comp books, sip of water here. All right, junk journals. This is my most recent junk journal, and it's made out of an old book. And it's all the signatures are just held in with elastic bands. You can get these in usually in the jewelry department of your craft stores, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, whatever. They're just stretchy and they're usually wrapped on a card or something. And they're usually in the jewelry department. You can get different sizes, thicknesses. I try for a junk journal. I try to get the thickest ones. I've even used rubber bands for this. The thing with rubber bands, though, they do after a couple, 2-3 years, they just rot. They just break. But they do work, at least temporarily. You can always put a new rubber band on there, but they're holding the signatures in here. Okay, they're holding the signatures. Now, I've not really worked in this one much because this one's kind of my newest one. I did make all it's a different book than the innards. I got the innards from Keisha's Creations. From her punch cards. So, but it's a different book. The actual book cover is not the one that she sent. But all the stuff that I used in here was part of the kit that I got. But again, all it is you just add all different kinds of papers. Again, my signatures are held in. You can see right there. They're held in with rubber bands. So if you don't know what to do with your junk journals, everybody loves to make them, buy them, whatever. If you don't know what to do with your junk journals, what we're going to talk about today, you can use your junk journals with, okay? So, we love making these and having them. And this one's like one of my quote, I put quotes in here and different things in here. I'll kind of flip through it real quick. I'll just while I'm talking. I put in little clusters, Janet. Clusters. I've put in little things in here and so a few quotes. I haven't done much in this one because I just haven't. But I love it and I want to use it more. And there's just all kinds of little pockets and y'all know what junk journals look like. All different kinds of papers and scraps and quotes and whatever you want to do in your, just leftover papers, junk mail, old music papers, magazine images, whatever, old kids' books. These are tea dyed and avocado dyed papers from one of Keisha's vendors. And I think, unless Keisha made them, she could have too. And telephone pages. Here's different quotes that I just wrote this out with the brush pen. Okay, Joe. Well, we'll keep hang on there. Oh, thank you. My clusters are nice. I'm gonna cluster my pearls. Clutch my. Janet did a whole show on clusters last week. The thing about books, they let you travel without moving your feet. I mean, I just love quotes. I have tons of quote books and I put them in. I write them in different places and use them for inspiration. But anyway, so this is a junk journal and y'all know, everybody that's here is, I'm sure, seen them before. If you haven't, this is what they are. It's just a bunch of different junks and calendar pages, rice papers, dyed papers, and got little pockets here in the back. And I did make this is an old young people's natural history book. I did put this on the back. I lined the book with fabric, and I have put little tassels on here, front and back. It's all lined. It's got little clips and little things. And, I call these rag flags, where you just have a paper clip. Maybe I should zoom in. Well, I think we're good for now. I'll zoom in a minute. Rag flags where you can paper clip different things, which I do that a lot in my big notebooks. I pulled one notebook. I should have pulled more, but okay, we'll see. So anyway, this is a junk journal. You can use that. Okay, so let me go ahead quickly and show you. You can use a 3-ring binder. Let me see. I've counted them before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16. I have over 20 of these. I have over 20 different binders, and for collecting ideas. And this one, I pulled this one because it was just a good way to show you how you can repurpose a cool book. So I saw Colleen Cathy talking about Trisha Green's book. No, not Trisha Green. Trisha Green gave me the thing Monday. Sorry. What I think I wrote her name down in the back. Yeah, Trisha Gill. There we go. Trisha Gill. So this is a couple of Trisha Gill books that I deconstructed. I took apart and I punched holes in them, and I've turned it into another form of a commonplace book or a junk journal, whatever you want to call it. But then it will be used for quotes and all different kinds of anything you want to add to it, right? But my purpose in showing this binder is to show you that you can take apart cool books that you love, punch holes in them and bind them, put tabs on it, and use it to collect your ideas. Any questions so far? I still got a lot more to go. All right. So this one is one of my commonplace books. I got, what do you call it? Articles from different articles. Make your own watch. This one is on Sherlock Holmes's bathrobe. This is book 1. I have tons. Like I said, I've probably got 20 of these 3-ring binders. I just pulled one just to show you that you can use a 3-ring binder. You can put paper, you can put cardstock, anything you can just punch, right? Magazine images. I like to use these books because they're a little bit thicker. I did not pull my Jane Davenport. I should. Let me do that real quick. One of my Jane and Jonna books, because that one is a little bit different. Let's see here. Is this it? Is this my Jane and Jonna book? Yeah. So Jane Davenport has all kinds of books, art books. Jane Davenport does. And then Jonna, I think she's going to open her shop up again soon, I hope. And she sells all kinds of vintage kits. Hi, Raul. Hi, Carol Artisan. Who else? And I'm not going to go through this again. I did go through this book a couple weeks ago, I think. And so what it is, I deconstructed, I think there's 3 of Jane's books in here. I've deconstructed it. I added my own. There's swatches, painty papers, junk mail, notes, just all different kinds. And this one, in this particular case, I did put reinforcers on every page because every page flips out. Every section either flips out, folds out. So there's a lot of weight on the base sheet. Here's some more of my swatches. So you really do need to put reinforcements on any book you do like this. Okay. Any questions? Again, I've shown this one a lot of times. I've used packaging for tabs, or more packaging for tabs, swatches, more swatches, lots of swatches in here, and lots of packaging. These are some of Jane's paints. I use the tabs for that. And so And then there's all just kind of other kind of papers in here too, little sketches and ideas and notes. Here's some more of my, I did tear these out of the journal that I put these in originally. My layer cake color wheels, these right here. These right here. I did the original swatches in a notebook, in a sketchbook, and I did take them out because Pocola said those need to be in your Jane Davenport book. And so, yes, ma'am. So I took them out, and I will put them in my Jane book here. So there's a couple different things that you can do with 3-ring binders. All right. Let's see. Let me put this back up here because it's holding up some other books. All right. Just stepped on that. All right. The other thing, now this is a newer, this one's not unused, but I just want to show you that what you can do with the Happy Planner binders. So if you have leftover Happy Planners that you didn't finish, and this is a larger one, they come in a smaller size too. But if you have Happy Planners that you have leftover pages, or you started a Happy Planner, you didn't finish a Happy Planner, you can either just paint over those pages, or if you have a punch, the Happy Planner punch, you can punch and put your own sketchbook paper in here. I didn't know, this is just one sitting waiting for me to do something with. I just wanted to show you that option. So if you have any kind of Happy Planners that you didn't finish, you're not using, you don't know what to do with, they're so pretty, they're so cool. So, you know, you can use, just cut your own papers down, punch them, and put them and make your own idea book. I'm calling all this an idea book, okay? But you can call them a sketchbook, a notebook, travelers, whatever you want to call them. But it's for you to collect your ideas. It's all about collecting ideas. It's not just about drawing things that you like and sketching. You know, that's where we have, that's where we have our sketchbooks and things like that. Okay. These are about ideas, although you will sketch. So like I said, this is one of my 2 that I'm using this year. There will be sketches, but it's about the idea collecting. And I think, again, I'm going to probably use one of these that I kind of sort of have some stuff done in it to show you kind of the idea, because there's a bunch in here already started. So you'll get the idea of Society of Idea Collectors. Okay. Let's see. All right, so there's that. There's you can use an old Happy Planner. All right, now we're down to some of the littler ones, and some of the. All right, then you could also use. You can also use these kind of books that, and this is just one. I actually got this because when Denise, she doesn't know I got this for her. And I'm sure she's not watching. She's at work. But y'all know how much she's loving doing. Janet's scavenger hunt. There's a lot. I'm going to talk fast, guys. I have to, or we won't get anything done. So she's loving doing Janet's scavenger hunt. She goes, I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm done with the scavenger hunt. I love it so much. Well, when she gets done with her scavenger hunt, she's doing her scavenger hunt in a small book. It's about this big. It's a little journal that she's working that in. So, but Janet's got other years of scavenger hunt. So I thought, and so instead of her having to start with a blank book or something, because that little book she's working in, I gave it to her. It's like a graffiti book, and it had graffiti type images and brick walls and different kind of things in it. So she didn't feel like she was starting with a blank book. So I got this for her. She doesn't know it yet, but, and it is, let's see if I can get this around the back. And it's the Delusions Creative Diary. Now, there's all kinds of books like this out there where there's pages already colored or started for you. So this has dates in it, but they're not dated. It's just Monday through, there's no particular dates. But this particular book has blank. I mean, it's got the dates here, but it's got pages that she's already printed. They're already printed pages for you. So you're not starting with a blank book. So I thought Denise would really get a lot out of this kind of book. See, so there's all kinds of things already started for her. So she doesn't have to start with a blank book. So this is a Dilutions Creative. Let's see, I'll just leave it like that. And I'll give y'all, it's by Ranger. The ISBN is, I don't know if that's starts with a 7. If it doesn't start with the 7, then I'm gonna give you the 2 end numbers and the middle number. But if you just go to Ranger, you'll find it. 89, or first just the number in the middle here. 89541058666. And then there's a little sub numbers on the out and inner side at 7 and 3. So it has a little 7 and then 89541058666 and a little 3. And I got this off Amazon, so you can get it off of Amazon. But it's called the Creative Diary with a Y. And so anyway, I thought that Denise might use this. We'll see. She might look at it and go, yeah, no. So then, I'll do a giveaway or something. Because I probably won't use it either. All right, so let's put this back up here so I know where it is. Trust me, I have hundreds of journals and sketchbooks. I only pulled a sample. I just pulled a sample so you can get ideas of what you might want to use. Okay. These are my pens and pencils that I carry around the house with me. Just this, I have this all the time so that I just have this handy. Although I have my rolls, my pencil and pen rolls, but this just goes with me like this and this. So I've always got this. And I'm telling you guys, y'all need to have it handy all the time. Whatever you decide to use, that's why, a 3-ring binder might just stay in your one spot. You might take papers out to take around, or you might just start by putting things on Post-it notes, which is my favorite way to write down notes and then later transfer them. Okay, so let me move these paints out of the way, although we are going to use paints. All right, before I get into these, I'm going to show you 2 that I have not used yet. I bought them. I'm not sure what I want to use them for. I started to use this one for a calligraphy book. And these kind of papers are very absorbent. They're really not good for inking. I thought, I want to do calligraphy. And they're okay. But they bleed, it'll feather your writing. But I love, any kind of journals, I actually have another one coming today. So I'll show that next week. But this one has just got these papers, like these handmade papers from India that are very, very porous. They're very porous. Right. So they're good for if you put some gesso down, some paint down, or you just want to do scratchy, sketchy, then that's fine. But, for what you pay for these, they're a little bit more precious and you feel like, oh, I can't mess those up. That one and this one is the same way. Okay. These are nice, they're nice leather journals, and you just, you don't want to just throw anything in there. But I just want to show you the options. So this is another one that's got the tree of life on there and a mandala. So anyway, you have options out there for whatever kind of journal you want. All right. Now I'm going to get down to some smaller ones. Okay, so I pulled 2. Last year I worked in 15 or so different ones of this size book, and I worked in them for the whole year, just like I'm going to work in my 2 books, my 2 sketchbooks, these books this year. Last year I worked in about 15 different topic books. So this one was, I just pulled 2 out of all of them. This was a nature one, and this one was my, Art Nouveau. So I just pulled these 2 to show you some different size books. Okay, these were very specifically done. They had, they were done for topics, so they weren't just like what I'm going to show you to do today, for gathering ideas. These were more topic specific. But I wanted to show you the size of the books. So these were done. These were done over the last year, and it was all Art Nouveau and quotes and a few other things in there. But so if you want to do any kind of topic related books, these are a good size to do topic related books because they're not overwhelming. Am I missing anything, Pacola or Janet or Tina? If I'm missing anything, let me know. Kathy, Kay, hi. Little sister Cheryl. Anybody else coming in I missed? And then this one was a nature one. And this was a different, I think I did different words in this one. And I was doing definitions. Did a couple quotes. Let's see. So like here's different categories of coffee. Harmonics. I love studying things like harmonics and sound, and so I put a little of everything. I thought I had a couple of things in here I was going to show, but I don't remember if it was this book because I think I had 2 or maybe 3 nature ones going on. So just all different kinds of stuff. But I had like, I don't know, 14 or 15 of this type books with different subjects. I have my Asian one. I have my Alice in Wonderland one. I'm looking over there and trying to remember all the different ones. But that's what I did last year. Oh, you like the Art Nouveau stuff, Adam? Thanks. Yeah. And then I would put in a few little handwritten quotes, notes, and just, it's just a way to collect. And see, they're still sitting over here on my shelf of these. And so if I come across another Art Nouveau something, Asian something, Alice in Wonderland something. Let me see. What other ones did I have? Like this is my Asian one. So anything Asian, and that could be Japan, Korea, China. I did, just all different kinds of things in this one. And then my Alice in Wonderland one. And what other? I don't know. I had a whole bunch of these. I worked on them all last year. Here's another. I think this one had color, and I did one on color. So I wrote out about the history of that particular color. I have a book from the Crayola company that talked about the origin of all the different colors. So I wrote all those notes down. So like there was the yellow, and then I made art cards to hand. I think this was a year before. Wasn't this 2022 maybe? I think that might have been 2022 that we did the color book. Maybe, I don't remember. But anyway, so then there's orange, and I wrote down notes. That's my normal size handwriting. And then I would write down notes about the color, like red. Natural red oxide usually contain the mineral hematite, one of the oldest pigments known to man. An artificial version of red oxide is also available, known as Mars red. So, and any little things about red, then I'd write that down. I made art cards. I gave away art cards all that time I was doing these. Here's the purple. And so I just did a little book of colors. Here's pink, put little tabs on them. So yeah, I wrote notes about them all, different greens. I have 2 or 3 different shades of green, blue. Here's the blue one. And then I think I stopped in June when I got up to teal. I stopped and we went on to another book. But there's my gold papers in here in the back waiting to do gold. So anyway, here's the thing, guys, and I tell this all the time. I never feel compelled to have to finish this book before I move on. I don't feel that at all. I have this book. If I decide I want to add some more colors to it, it's there. It's waiting for me. It's like it's a faithful friend. It's going to be there for me, as are all my journals. They are just my faithful friends. And then let's see. Okay, so there's those. Then I keep a garden journal. So every year, y'all know I have a garden. I do a garden and an herb garden. And this is kind of my information that I keep, the different what I'm growing, the season. I even put some of the different herbs in here. So I have my herb garden, I have my regular garden stuff. This is just my garden info. garden info journal that I keep. And but again, you could use this for your ideas. It doesn't have to be theme specific, but I just want to show you all the different kinds. This is a traveler's, the wide one. This is a 6 by 8.5 by 6 about, and that might be a little off because it's puffy. When you buy it, it might be a 6, might be a 9 by 7. But you can get different sizes of these, and I've got multiples of these. I probably got 5 or 6 different ones for different topics, different subjects, different purposes. But I just want to show you the different kinds that are out there. Okay, that's my garden journal. If I can get it back in its, oh, can I get it back in its spot? There we go. Without knocking over the cart. All right, another sip of water, checking chat. I need to add a little more water to it. I do have a water filter on my sink. It's a Britain, whatever that kind of water filter is. But to come up here, I just get a bottle of water and add to it. Okay, so I have 4 here left. I'm going to put these out of the way. And I'll put them all back up after we're done. All right, so this is the other size. I pulled this one to show you the other size of Traveler's Notebook, and they're all attached with, the elastic bands. And you can get multiple, like this only has 1 band in it. It only came with 1 band in this Traveler's Notebook, but I have 4 signatures in there, or is it 5? 4 signatures. All you have to do is bind them together. So you take your signatures, like take 2 separate signatures and put an elastic band in it. Take another 2 signatures, put an elastic band in it, and you bind them together with 1 band because it stretches open. So, yeah, so this is another size. I just wanted to show you another size. Same for this. All right, so this one's, all right, this one is, let me measure. This one is 8 by 4 by 8. So here's a 4 by 8. This one, this is kind of my other collection book. And it's got a lot of just junky stuff in it. It's just all kinds of junky stuff that I collect. If somebody sends me stickers or washi tape, I put the packaging and stuff like that in here. So this has got just a little of everything in it. But again, it has 1, 2, it's only got 3 signatures in it, but they're packed full. Is it 4? No, it's 3. It's 3 signatures. So this one just keeps a lot of my junk in it. It's not really, it's idea collecting, but it's just little, like if I want to remember the company that the washi tape came from that Trisha Green sent me, for example. I have pages of the washi tape. Let me see if I can find it. I probably won't be able to find it right off, but it's got, I can go in there and find the brands, or it's pretty, or I get a sticker that I like and I don't know where to put the sticker. It can go in here. And it's got some little charm things hanging off here. I forgot who sent me these, but I added those on there. And same thing for this. So you can use a traveler's type notebook where you're continuously adding and changing. I use these a lot, and I've used them for years because you can continuously change out. You can change out the signature. So when one gets full, you can replace it with another signature, and then you can file your different notebooks. So like, let me see if I can pull that. Where can let's see. Oh, I don't really want to show y'all. I won't show y'all because I got hundreds of them. But you can move those signatures. You can move the signatures out and around. And let me zoom in now, because now the pile's gotten smaller. We can zoom in a little. All right, so these also, and also if you just like doing the signature type of journals, you can just buy the signatures themselves and don't put them in a journal. You can just use the journals themselves without putting them in a oh, this is one of the ones out of that other book. So this might be the one. Yeah, here we go. So here's my different highlighters. So I put those in here, and different washi tapes, little samples of them, the toppers of them. So, but you can just use the journals themselves without having them in a binder, right? Without having them in a traveler's notebook. And I've covered these with they were just, I think they were both just brown. I don't remember. I think they were either just brown, and I just covered them myself with different papers. But this is the easiest way to collect your ideas, in my opinion, is just to have other than a sketchbook like what I'm showing you here today, this, or something like this. These are the handiest, easiest to keep up with. The flexibility, yes. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Julie. The flexibility of these traveler's notebooks cannot be beat because they're easy to find. You can get them all in the same size. I think it's, what is it, 4 by 8, 4 by 8, I think is the size of these. And you can get them and just, they're so flexible for collecting ideas. So there's this way of collecting your ideas. This one was one of my little Bible prayer journal ones where I just did little notes and words and just a few little things for Bible journaling. I don't know what I got this. I just like this. I guess I just love this little Mother Goose type looking illustration. So you can use them. They're so versatile and flexible. So I just wanted to show you this kind of way as well. And I'm not going to get into I have a whole notebook for Bible journaling. I also have Bible journaling notebooks. I mean, Bibles that are big, thick Bibles with wide margins to do that in. I don't show a lot of that. I've shown them a couple times because they're kind of personal, but I have shown them. I have a few pictures on my IG and Facebook if you want to go search them out. But yeah, so there's these type things. All right, then let's see. So back to this. And again, I just pulled this because it's already got some stuff in it. So here's what I would recommend if you're going to start and play with me today. And you don't have to, it's recorded, so you don't have to do it now, right? Take notes, write things down, because I'm going to go through a lot of different stuff, and it's going to be hard. You can't really work along, it's going to be hard to kind of work along with me. But I want y'all to have all the ideas and stuff. Let me see, just turn up the brightness just a little. There we go. My brother journals. Okay, Pixie Core, I'll have to be another day though, because I don't have time to go through it today. But I have 3 ring binders. I have a 12 by 12 one where I draw. And we'll kind of get into that because what I'm going to show you today will work for Bible journaling and for any other kind of journaling you want to do. Deb Farrell sent me this. I showed it on Monday. I haven't used it yet, but I love this sketchy elephant stamp. Here's one of my hand carved stamps. You can use this with what we're talking about today. This is one of my little lizards. So it's just carved on a speedball thing there. So anyway, there's all kinds of, you can use all your supplies. Okay, you can use all your supplies and what I'm getting ready to talk about. So let me go back to my notes here. All right, let me see if I've shown. Okay, so I've shown all the different kinds of books. All right, so that was one. All right, so the next thing is to find, and again, you do you. I'm going to show you a way to collect ideas where you're not intimidated by the book. So the first thing you have to do is you go in and you mess up the book. You paint it, you scrape paint, you just and this is just one that I've had sitting around. This is where I did the Smack and Dragon, where you spray out inks on a non-porous surface and you smack and drag. I call it Smack and Dragon. Tim Holtz does it with his tags and everything. He just doesn't call it Smack and Dragon, but you just have to start with like here. There's a non-porous surface. Well, you can't always see. Let's put some paper behind it. There's a non-porous surface. I'll just do one real quick, just so you can see. Because this is what you're gonna do. Let's just get a teal and a green. There's nothing. These are almost empty, but you can use any kind of inks, right? You can use any kind of inks. These are some leftover dilutions. I don't even know if they make these anymore. But all you do is just spray a little bit out on this is on a piece of plastic. Usually when I do big journals and stuff, I have my big craft mat, but just put out a little bit of ink, maybe add a little bit of water. And then you find a blank page and you smack and drag. Okay, you smack and drag. And you just get all kinds of, you can do it more than once, use it up. So let's move this out of the way now. So that's Smack and Dragon, so that you just get ink and stuff. Yes, it is, yes. All right, now I have to get out my heat tool and dry as I go if I do any kind of wet anything here. So, I didn't plug it in. I try to remember to unplug it when I leave the room. It's Smack and Dragon, like a dragon, Dragon, Smack the dragon. It's like Smack a Dragon. Okay, so anyway, you're going to go through, and you don't have to do every page, but you want to do enough so that your book is really messy and splattered. Take your ink and splatter, take your ink and paint, more Smack and Dragon, just some random, probably like ink blot thing. But go through a book, whatever book it is, and just make a mess in it, because then you will not be intimidated. I have some other drawings and stuff in here, but this is I just pulled this one to show as an example today because it's already got stuff in it. I didn't have to start with this book and start from scratch and start doing all this stuff in it, right? Before we could get to work. All right, so that was number 2. So here's my list. I started a little list. Write these down. You go back and think about it later. Sketchbooks, notebook, travelers, comp book, junk journal, Society of Idea Collector books, blank books made for journaling, like that one I showed you that I want to give to Denise. Any kind. So I just made a quick list of the types of books. So you just want to find some kind of a book that you can play in, work in, idea collect in, right? These are not made, it's just for idea collecting. Okay, more than it, but you do you. Again, I'm not giving you hard, fast rules. You got to do this. You have to, All right, so then let me go over to my next arrow. So then make messy pages. That was the next thing. After that, then, all right, so here's where it's going to diverge. All right, so now I want you to make a couple more lists. I got 2 more lists. One list is of some different supplies. Again, add your own supplies, and then also some things to put in. All right, so first a list of supplies. Of course, you can use your stencils, your stamps, but this is kind of the extra add-on part. Those kind of things are the add-ons. So make a note of that. Add-ons. Don't start with, well, again, I say don't. You can do whatever you want. Write the ideas down and you run with it. But here's some of the things that you can use. collage papers, stickers, stamps, stencils, your small drawings, quotes, words, magazine images, washi tapes, regular tapes like masking tapes, any of your supplies. Make a page where you're listing your supplies. And you could just supplies and list everything. You can make the type of books, sketchbooks, travelers, 3 ring, whatever kind you want. And what you're going to do with this particular book, what you're going to do with this particular book is you are going to write down your ideas. You got sketch, well, here's some different, art journals, was another one that should have been over in the list. So you can make art journal, put art journal in your other list, along with the 3 ring binder, travelers. Okay, so here we go. You're going to have quotes. Just think, don't overthink this yet. Quotes, books, TV shows, history, articles, or and it can be anything. I wrote down art books, art videos, art notes, art topics, and because we know that's what we do here. We do art, so a lot of art. Mind mapping, note taking, sketch notes. What else did I write down? Quotes, verses. If you do a Bible journal, this can work for that if you want to just make it that, or just just pages of these things. So all those things where I just listed, you can just do a page of that. So for instance, and I take a lot of notes. I watch a lot of things. I watch a lot of videos. I love history. I love archaeology. I'll watch Ancient Aliens. I watch a lot of different things and study and read a lot. You can use this for your books, your video. So let's just say we're watching, I don't know, Mary. I don't even know if she's still here. I'm going to throw Mary on the spot. Let's say you're watching Mary and she's doing her wax seals. I'm just going to make this up. All right. I'm trying to kind of remember some of the things that Mary talked about wax seals, but you can just do wax seals if you want to learn about it. It could be anything from wax seals. It could be, what else? Let me see. I'm trying to think of something else right off the top of my head. A history video. Let's say you're watching something on what was it? Christopher, you just did something was it on the Byzantine? He did a 1-page comic on the Byzantines, I think, using one of the guys, Gary Hodges, as his example. But let's just say you're watching the Byzantines. You can make this on the Byzantine. It could be on anything. It's on any topic, right? Any topic. But let's just say we got wax seals and you're watching Mary. So you might put Mary, you might put her channel, you might put her times and dates of when she streams. And look how messy I'm being. This is a point here. I'm not being neat about it. If you get too neat about it, you're not going to do it. You're not going to stick with it. I'm just saying, I know you will not do it. You will not stick with something like this, just like my abandoned book, that I'm working on 10, 15, 12, I don't know how many abandoned books that I'm altering. You will not do it if you try to get too precious about it. And that goes for sketching, note taking, journaling, Bible journaling, whatever it is you do. And if you get too, I don't like my writing, you won't do it. I'm just telling you. Well, some of y'all understand. Arlene's going, neat. What's that? Hi, Devin. Okay, so now we've got Mary, her channel, her date, her time, and let's just say I just turned on her channel and she's doing wax seals. And so, she's got all these different wax seals. Where did she get them? She's got what supplies? And I'm watching her show. So imagine I'm watching Mary's show. You could be doing this watching my show. The supplies, where she got them, how much they cost, just whatever she's talking about. Whatever she is talking about, just take notes. Just write it down. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. You're not going to make this right now. You're not getting out your wax seals right now. You're not following along, trying to keep up with Mary. Or anybody, right? And so like I sent her a bee seal. So you might be thinking, all right, so I'm watching Mary. In the meantime, she's using parchment paper. I'm sorry, Mary, I had to throw that in. She's using parchment paper because the wax doesn't stick to that. She's using glue sticks. She's using her heat tool. She's using her heat tool to melt. You can also use, I'll put a little arrow over here. This is you can use the heat tool. You can use the little wax spoons and candle to melt. You can use, everything. And just whatever she's talking about, just jot it down. Look how many ideas I already have just on the wax seals, just like in 2 minutes that Mary's been talking. Mary's been talking for only 2 minutes, and I'm already getting all this information. So she might talk about where she got her wax, where she got her seals. All right. So now while she's doing this and talking about all stuff, I feel like, oh, I've got all the information about where she got it, how much she's paid for it, the process, what kind of heat tool, how is she melting? So let's write melting. Automatically, when I see melting, I think of, what do y'all think of when you hear melting? I think of the Wicked Witch, right? Wicked Witch. Now, what I'll do with that, because it doesn't really have anything to do with this Mary show, I'll put a little asterisk next to it saying that doesn't have anything to do with Mary's show, but it makes me think of that. Okay, same thing for the bees. I've already done books on bees and different things on that, but maybe down here I'll have types of bees. Did you know, I think there's like, I don't know, I'm thinking there was either 90, I forget how many bees are. There was a lot of bees. Types of bees, where are they? And these are questions. I'm putting these down in questions. Types of bees, where are they? How long do they live? So we've talked about this before in the Society of Idea Collectors many times. You ask the questions: who, what, where, when, why, how. And Mary goes, and we have to also ask, why not? I always add that now. Why not? So you always ask these questions. Now, you don't have to do it now, but you want to make sure you're always keeping those questions in your mind. So whatever you're working on, even if you have to write it on a separate thing, to have it handy. Let me get a marker here. Okay, so even if you have to keep these, oh, hi, John. Thank you, John. John is our Oak Island aficionado. He knows everything Oak Island. He has a YouTube channel, and every like last night was Oak Island, and the next day he and Judy will talk about what happened on Oak Island. So if you want to know anything Oak Island, go follow Quest of Oak Island. That's John there. Thanks, John, for supporting the channel and the $5 super chat. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. So keep these things handy. If you're watching John on Oak Island, let me get a messy page. I got something messy. Okay. So if you're watching Oak, and again, you don't have to write little like me. You can write bigger, but I'm just going to make another. So let's just say you're watching Oak Island. You do the same thing that I'm talking about doing with Mary right here, Mary and the wax seals. And see how messy, just get your ideas down. Don't overthink the neatness. That's why I tell you to scruffy up some pages to start. Okay. So you can add, Quest for Oak Island. You can write down John's channel. You can watch Oak Island every Tuesday. Yeah. Take notes. I've been watching it since day one, Oak Island. But anyway, back to Mary and the wax seals. So you want to always keep this handy. I usually try to keep it like at the beginning of a book. I usually do think of these questions, but sometimes a certain one might slip from my mind. But if you keep this in the beginning of your book, to remind yourself to ask the questions on all these, everything you write down. John's laughing at me. Making a quest to Oak Island page. Um, so anyway, anything that you add to, like the Mary's not, well, in Mary's case, she might branch off and rabbit trail talking about bees. That may happen. And but my point is when you get off topic, then just put you a little asterisk there so that you know that that's something else to think about or develop or something after you're done watching Mary. Because when I'm watching somebody, watching a TV show, reading a book, listening to a video, watching something on TV, whatever it is, oh, Mary. Thanks, Mary. You're so sweet. Thank you, Mary, for supporting the channel. But you're going to think of all different topics. Well, you don't want to let those ideas fly away. You may have, when Mary's talking about wax and beeswax or just wax, you might think something so totally not even what Mary's talking about, but you want to write it down because that idea might develop into something either artistically or, I always say write down your ideas. If you need some kind of book, at the minimum, some Post-it notes handy all the time. So when those ideas just float through your head, you write them down because you just don't know where they're going to lead. And so at least you're making use of the time that you think you're wasting watching something. I mean, I don't feel like I'm wasting time watching Oak Island. They cover so much, whether or not you believe they'll ever find a treasure or not, the history they cover. They've gone to Portugal, they've gone to Spain, they've gone all different places. And the history of it, the Templars, just the history that they cover on Oak Island, right, John? So whether or not they find the hidden treasure, 90 feet down or, whatever, you're going to learn so much and you're going to want to research more because of that, I love to read. There's just so much, different things that I read that if I did not take notes, I would not remember. I would remember half of what I read. Plus, if it's a nonfiction book, I do annotate my books. I don't annotate my fiction books. If I have any notes I want to take on fiction, I write that in a separate journal. But I do annotate my books and write notes and take notes. And so, oh, thank you, John. Yes, I do wear baseball caps. I do. I stick my ponytail through the back. I have long hair and I stick my ponytail through the back. Oh, thank you. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. And I think you still have my address, John, because I did a portrait of John a couple years ago. I think it's been now. I did a portrait of him to support him. But yeah. So, okay, Mary. Mary's come back to the balcony. So I'm just doing this as an example. So, but you want to keep your questions handy. Keep your questions handy because whatever you write down, you can do that. And the same thing for a mind map. Okay. So let's just go to another page here and you can mind map anything. One of my notes was mind mapping. What did I want to cover on the mind mapping? And I'm kind of jumping all over. I do have them kind of numbered, but all right. So let's just say you're going to mind map something and you're going to need this would just be a very basic mind map because you don't have a lot of room. If you're going to mind map something extensive, like let's say Oak Island, you're going to want a bigger piece of paper, but you can start. Okay. You can start here. And so you want to ask all the questions, who, what. This is just the very, very basic. Who, what, where, when, why, how, and you can do a why not. But then, so you can start with that. Where is Oak Island? Over there by Nova Scotia in Canada. So you could write Canada, Nova Scotia. And when I think of Nova Scotia, it makes me think of Scotia, which is a whole nother topic, but I won't get into that right now. What, like, if you're watching the show, what are they looking for? Are they looking for treasure? Are we looking for history? And this is very simplistic, guys. I'm just doing a very, very, very simplistic one. If you really want to deep dive, you're going to have to do a lot of book reading. Like, there's tons in history of this. Okay, so who is looking? If you're watching, let's just say we're going with the TV show, Oak Island TV show. Who is looking for it? How? There's been, I don't know. I think, was there 20 plus ways they've looked for? Why are they doing it? I'm sure they want the treasure. The brothers also want to know about the history. When you could, when was the treasure first thought of? Or just, when did they get the idea that there was treasure there? So you can, this is very simplistic, but you can mind map these simple words. I'm breezing through it because I want to get as much information as I can. One of the points I'm making here is it's messy. It is messy. You are not trying to do something neat, and this is your idea collecting. It's not your sketchbook where you're doing beautiful animal drawings or people or, urban sketching. This is not that. This is your idea collection. Good one, John. You solved it. But if you want to keep notes on anything, and then plus, I could let me put a list of books. I don't have tons. John probably has every book on Oak Island, but I probably have, I don't know, maybe eight books on Oak Island or something to do with it. Plus I have tons on the Templars. I could list those books. And you can start doodling and, John, that was a good one. So, but the purpose of this is, you're collecting your ideas, note taking. So then the next time you are watching it or you see something online, you can make you a table of contents. I don't like to do too many table of contents. I might put a tab. I might put like an Oak Island tab. But if I'd start, and I've tried it, I've tried to make table of contents. If I start making table of contents, I get out in the weeds because there's too many things on one. There's too many things on one page that I would be cross-referencing forever. And I have done that, trust me. But this could be Oak Island. Okay. You can make some tabs. That sometimes will work for these journals. All right, let me take a breath. Take a sip of water. Yes, rabbit trails, lots of rabbit trails. We do lots of rabbit trails here. But I just want to show you that you want to have the basic questions, regardless of if you do a mind map, listing, just notes, whatever it is. You want to, you don't want to be neat, because then you're only thinking about the neatness. You're not thinking about the ideas. But one of the main things to remember is while you're watching something and something occurs to you, carry it out and write more information. You can do lists, you can do a mind map, and just whatever occurs to you. It might be totally stupid, unrelated to anybody else. Nobody else will get, why did she write that? What did it have to do with the bees? But and with your notes where you're heading with that idea. And then if you get another idea, like like I said, the Wicked Witch. Okay, so now I'm thinking Barbie photography, people. I need a Barbie photography with the curled little feet under the house. next October, So, then I might put another note here and say a Barbie photography. And then I might go over to my Barbie photography page, which again, this is just, I might go to a Barbie photography Photog ideas, which I already have this in another journal. I have about 25 or 30 Barbie photography ideas to do at some point. Then I might write the Wicked Witch. House, shoes. I might even do a little doodle here of the striped shoes under the house. You know, I know what I'm talking about here. And then I might put a tab on here. I might do a little Barbie photog tab. And then you're already on the way. Okay. Yeah, man card. Yeah, we need a man card. Okay, I got some man cards here. Let's do some man cards. We can talk too much Barbie for the guys. I throw out the man cards. But anyway, so you can cross-reference however you want. Again, you could make a table of contents, but you want to just get those ideas down. You want to get those ideas down. So if you start with some messy pages, and you don't have to do every single page, like this is coming up right now. So I'm just going to take a piece of Scotch tape and tape that down. You don't have to mess up every single page in your book, as long as you got enough so that you are not intimidated by a blank page. Okay, let's see how she's so prolific. Crap, she wears me out. Well, I do try to go fast and get a lot of information in it as we go. I'm not going to lie. I try to tell y'all as much as I can in every stream that whatever it is we're doing. I don't have a lot of secrets. I have a few ideas that are secrets, but not too many. All right, I'm going to go back over here and look at my notes again, see what else I forgot to tell you. All right, so did y'all make a note, make some lists of what you can put in your journals? It can be videos, TV shows, books, quotes, history. I say history and art because those are two things that I really, concentrate on. But if you concentrate on other topics, write your topics down. If you can't think of a topic, go to what's the library, Dewey Decimal. Go to the Dewey Decimal system at the library. Write down all the genres. So let's see. So when you're writing down your ideas and you're taking notes, things might occur to you: words or numbers, notes, ideas, dreams, thoughts, anything else. While you're doing your main note taking, other things will occur to you. So let's just say you're concentrating on taking notes on what Mary's doing, keep a little sidebar here. Keep a little sidebar of other things. And if they connect, then just do little like sketchnoting. I don't know if you've ever done sketchnoting. Then you can attach with arrows and all this. When I think of sketchnoting, I think I should have brought the sketchnoting. I don't remember what I did with that book. I have a book on sketchnoting, but you just look it up. Look up sketchnoting. They're usually very neat, very organized, and they're thinking that their sketch notes will be used in presentations and things like that. If you want to do that type of sketchnoting, then I would recommend doing this first and then going back and doing a neat double page or however you want to collect it and sketchnote it neatly after the fact. If you're at a meeting, a presentation, a sermon, wherever you are, you can do all this same kind of stuff with a notebook in your lap. While sketchnoting, the people that I've seen do sketchnoting, especially if they're at a meeting or something, they're very organized, very linear, and very neat. I don't do that at first because that seems to hinder me. It seems to hinder me if I try to get it all, because then I'm thinking about, okay, this box needs to be this size and that. I'm thinking about the presentation of my notes rather than just keeping and taking notes, Let's see. Mini Hobby Kelly. B. C and P. Who else might I say hi to you, Devin? Who else am I missing? Okay, I'm sure Janet's keeping y'all in stitches while I'm doing this. I am wearing myself out talking about so much at once. I'm just going to be honest. I am trying to get it all in and, trying to cover everything that I have written down. So, a book, you got to decide your book, make it a mess, at least some pages, make a few, so that your book is not precious. Do some smack and drag and some scribbles, some, whatever, so that you're not too precious about it. And then you want to, whatever you're reading, watching, observing, like if you're in a meeting or a sermon or whatever where somebody's talking, you want to write, you want to draw and doodle. And then after you're done, after Mary's done with her show, take a couple minutes to kind of review it in your mind. Is wax seal something I want to do? What supplies do I already have? How much would it cost to get into this? How much would I use it? What would I do with the wax seals? Do I do calligraphy where I use the wax seals? Ask all your questions, your who, what, where, why, when, and how, and why not. Ask all those questions after the fact, after you're done watching the show, the video, the sermon, the meeting, the TV show, whatever it is. Then ask your questions about, well, how is this relevant to me? Am I going to use this information? Or did I just enjoy watching Mary do it? And I'm not going to do nothing with it. But did I get any ideas? Did it make me think about the bees? What kind of bees? The history of bees? How did we get, where do we get the wax? How do we get, from the honeycomb? Where does it come from? How do they process it? If any of that interests you, then write it down. It may not interest you. You just want to say, oh, yeah, that's cool. I don't want to do nothing with it. That was fun, Mary. Thanks for sharing. And moving on. You may just do that. I print neat. Well, this is not very neat. To be honest, when I want to write neat, this is how I write. Let's say, let's do a mind map and take notes. When I'm writing for myself, I kind of write like that. And it's really not that neat. It's just small. It's just small. And when I'm streaming, a lot of times when I'm streaming, I'm writing extra large so you can see it. But because I wanted to get a lot of information on this page, I wrote kind of small. All right. Let me just take a second and take a breath, and y'all ask me some questions. If you have any questions, or, if y'all missed the beginning, I showed all different kinds of journals that you can use. So you need to go back if you came in late and see all the different types of journal options, note-taking options that you have. I pulled as many as I could think of. Good, Joe. Yeah. And I will hashtag it SOIC. Well, I won't hashtag it because that's somebody else has taken that. I should have hashtagged it way, way earlier. But anyway, I think a school took SOIC on Instagram, or it's their hashtag. So I just type out Society of Idea Collectors. So, and I do have a playlist with that. A lot of this I've covered before. It's just been a while. So, if you want to see somebody write neat and small, that's Janet. I don't know, maybe y'all were talking about Janet. Janet's writing. I'm going to take a second. Now I've been drinking this water. I need to take a quick break. Let me find one of her. Let me see if I can put my hand. Here we go. Here's one of Janet's zines. I got stacks of Janet zines, but here's one of them here. This is Janet's writing. That's not shrunk down. That's her actual writing. Janet writes like a typewriter print. So this is one of Janet's zines. So if you want to see neat writing, it would be our Janet. All right, let me take a quick break because I'm drinking water like there's no tomorrow. So hang on, make sure the cats aren't in here. All right, I'll be right back, guys. So I talk fast normally, and when I'm trying to squeeze in a lot of information, I think I double time it. So I hope I'm not talking faster than y'all can hear me. I know it's faster than you can write things down, but that's why we have a record. We record. Get my lights fixed right there. All right. Yeah, that's true too, Julie. You could use it. There's multiples of like scavenger hunt. Yeah. But all right, let me look at my notes, take another sip of water, catch my breath, because I'm trying to squeeze it all in. Now I'm gonna run out of things to talk about. Then I'm going, okay, well, y'all got any questions? All right, so pick a book, sketchbook, notebook, traveler's comp book, junk journal, note, 3-ring binder, whatever it is. Pick a book, mess it up. Mess it up. So pick a book that you're willing to mess up. That's why I showed you those nice leather ones that have nothing in them yet. I have not used those, but this is just a little sketchbook, but you can use a composition book. Those are really the best things to start with if you've never done any kind of art journaling, note taking, mind mapping, idea collecting, scruffy, messy stuff. A composition book is $1 or $2, depending on where you live. And it's a good size because it's not too small. If you get too small, like the little half comps or anything like that, those are good for taking if you go a lot. If you're out and about a lot, I'm not. So I'm more apt to use, something like this size, right? And I've got this one on the go, and I've got this one on the go. These are my sketchbook idea collecting things going on. And I just started this one this year. This is my 2023, and this one is going to be my 2023. I already had this one, and I had a little bit of some stuff messy in it already, but these two are my 2023. But I don't want you to have to go get 800 pages to feel like you have to have that to do this. Hi, CB. Who else am I missing? All right, so let me go back over here. So make a list of things, of places that you get your ideas. Like I said, it can be books, it can be YouTube, it could be, IG photos, it could be a TV show, it could be a documentary. See, I did not write that word down. I did not write down the word documentary. I'm going to write that down, documentary, because I watch a lot of those, but I didn't write it down. I just flung my pen, the cap of my pen somewhere. I'm glad I keep extras of those. I went ding, and it went. I don't know where it went. I don't know where the cap to that pen went, but I have extras. So make a list of the things. Make a list of the questions to keep handy. I always try to keep this at the beginning of a sketchbook, whether it's on a Post-it note or you actually write it in there, because you always want to keep the questions at hand. And if anybody says you shouldn't question something, you need to question why you're listening to that person, because you need to question everything. So if which note? Wait, let me see. What notebook was it in? I wrote this down in one of them. Let me see. Is it one my Alice book? It wasn't this one. Which I thought it was in. No, it wasn't in my color book. Was it in this book? One of my books. I wrote down the question. Hang on. I wrote down a question in here to make people question. Let me see. Here it is. Here it is. I wrote this down. At what point does science become all about suppressing questions? If you hear somebody says, I follow the science. Why aren't you following the science? You need to listen to the science. Why are you questioning that? Question it. I'm telling you. Question it big time, especially if they're telling you not to question something. So I love that. What point does science become all about suppressing questions? Yeah. Anyway, let's see. All right. Quotes is another good one to have. I have this is some of my favorite quotes. Let me see if I can put my hand on that little book. Here it is on my journals. This one I made some years ago. I made this one in 2013. And I just made a little book out of brown envelopes, the envelopes that have, this here. And again, I did not want it to be too neat. I wanted it to be, and I've used these quotes so many times. I love these quotes. I know. I know. So anyway, this was my Francis Bacon quotes. And I've got more Francis Bacon quotes and they're in other books, but I just kept this one as it was. I made in 2013, just using, these envelopes. And I wanted it to look kind of old and kind of not perfect. So I didn't do, y'all know I do calligraphy, and this is not neat calligraphy. This is not certificate quality calligraphy. It's just some quick ones, but I will read some of these quotes. So you can take a quote like these, you can list it, mind map it, question it, think what was Francis Bacon thinking, what happened, why did he ask that question. Then you're on a hunt about Francis Bacon and looking up who was he, what did he do, what year, your question. Then you start doing your who, what, where, why, when, and how, and you're learning something. Okay, you're learning something. All right, so like silence is the sleep that nourishes wisdom. And then I did a little collage, and again, these were done in 2013. Beauty itself is but the sensible image of the infinite. And then I did a collage to go with it. What is truth? Said jesting Pilate, and would not stay for an answer. The job of the artist is always to deepen the mystery. And these are all Francis Bacon quotes. And, hi, sister. Do you have a book of quotes? Oh, Janet. Yeah, I'm sure she does. I didn't bring out any book of quotes, except I just pulled this one off the shelf just to give you the idea of what you can do. You can do a major like little collage, or you can just write the quote down and ask all the questions and mind map it and research it. This quote is one of my all-time favorite quotes. I will quote it every day if I have to. It is so perfect. This is a perfect quote. Imagination was given to man to compensate him for what he is not, a sense of humor to console him for what he is. That is one of my all-time favorite quotes. So, and then there's the collage that I did with it. So, and that's it. I wrote Francis Bacon on there, and just a little mini, little mini journal. But you can take any quote and expand on what you want to know about it, or research it, or look into it, or whatever. All right. Oh, don't forget to, thanks, Leah. Thank you. Do you ask some questions for every point of list under a topic? Yeah, I try to. That's why I tell y'all, keep your list handy. I don't really have to have a list because I always am questioning things, so it's always kind of there in my head. But it's good to have it at the beginning of a book, because then, let's just say I did all this and then I came out and I go, oh, wait, I didn't ask why Mary was doing that. Why was Mary doing that? And then it might occur to me, one of the questions I didn't ask. And I'm telling you guys, one page is not going to be enough for anything when you do a deep dive in anything. One page, this is just skimming the surface. All right. And you don't have to do this you don't have to do a deep dive on every topic. But if you find that you are wondering about something, you're questioning something, you're interested in something, something grabs you and you're thinking, but I could do so-and-so. And what about, they're using this paint, but if I use gouache instead of watercolor, this may be, you're going to question a lot of things. And it's writing those things down. If I could just say one thing on everything that my YouTube channel has been for almost 13 years, it would be write it down. Write it down. Any idea, thought, question, if you don't write it down, I'm telling you, we'll lose it. You say, "Oh no, I got a great memory. I'll remember it." You will not remember everything. Everything that I have to write everything down. I would not have remembered all this to tell y'all this morning. You know, you got to write it down. All right, let's look over here on my page and see if there's anything else that I want to cover. Maybe use a couple different sizes. Like again, I'm not going anywhere outside my house with this book. I may go somewhere with something like this size. But I don't really if I'm at a bookstore and I see a bunch of books I want and I'm not going to buy them that day, I just take a picture. I just take a picture of the book. I hold the book out, take a picture of it. I don't have to write that down. But it's good to have a little something in your bag. I have a tiny little, it's a little sketch, it's a little mini, it's not a sketchbook, but it's like a little book about this size that's in my handbag, that if I need to write something down, I got it. And I always have a pen in the bottom of my bag. So, I can write things down, but I'm not I'm pretty much a homebody, people. I'm just saying. I go to Denise's, we'll go do a little shopping, we'll go to the bookstore, we'll go to an art supply store, we go out to eat, and I come home. And then on the way home, I'm usually reading the books I bought at Books A Million, or taking pictures of the books to post on IG to share with you guys, Let's see. Keep a notes of screens. And like Denise does everything on her phone. And that's okay. She does it because she's so busy with work. She keeps her notes because of business and work. She does a lot of it on the phone. But I personally, as an artist, I want my books. I want my books. Okay, so then after you've done any kind of note taking like this, let me grab something specific. Then if you're thinking, here's some of my hand carved stamps. Then you're thinking, well, now I want to expand on some of these ideas. Let me you can pull out some supplies. And you can wind yourself down. This is how you can wind down. I'm not sure if, let me find let's just grab a stamp. I want just a black stamp pad just to make it easy here. Let me find, I know I have a black, here we go. I think this one. Hopefully I grabbed one that's still inky. All right, so we're talking about bees. So I've already got a hand-carved bee stamp. So just to make my page more likable to me, I might stamp a bee. And again, this ink pad's not the best. Let's try to do a double here. Let's see if I can go over it close enough. I might put some, a bee on here. I've got this kind of bee. It's more like, this one's kind of more like a bumblebee, and this one's more like I don't know what kind of bees. I have a whole thing on bees, and right now I'm not thinking about the bees because I have it written down. So you might want to, take some more notes, and then just to make it fun, then you can start adding some things. Like you might add some of your stamps, you might add some collage, you might add little bits of paper that you have. Maybe you have some bee paper. Maybe you have a sticker with some bees. Hang on, let me put this back over here out of my way. I was going to try to find one, but I don't think I have one right off the top of my head because I didn't know I was going to do bees today. I didn't know I was going to call out Mary at her wax show. So you can add little doodles, and while you're doing that, then you might think of some more things like I already have on here types of bees. Now remember, I've got my asterisks for anything that really doesn't apply to Mary's show. It doesn't have to do with Mary's wax demo, right? Her wax seal demo. But it might think then after you do that, you think, oh, well, you know what? Mary had this seal, and I did send her a B seal, but what if I took my B stamp and put that and melted some glue stick and smashed my B in it? How would that be cool? If you didn't have a B or Mary's demo, it might have occurred to you to do a B. So you're constantly writing notes, adding things, and you see, look how fun and informative this is. It is to me. I mean, I can get so many ideas just off of this. I do that too. Take notes during meetings, messy style, and transcribe later into your official work notebook. Yeah. So if you have to do something for work, you're going to have to turn in something. You're not going to, well, maybe they might get a kick out of this, but maybe you could turn in both. So here's some things to add on to it after the fact. Okay. If you just want to, think more about it, you want to keep your pages, you like it messy, then you can also, here's a list of things you can continue to add to it. Your stamps, stencils, stickers, small drawings. You could, let's just say you had a little drawing that you did of a bee. You could just tear that out and maybe tape that on, if you had a little drawing, a little sketch, quotes, words, a small mind map, or do a tip in. Let's say you did a whole another page on a piece of regular, paper, but you wanted it with this stuff. You could washi tape it in. So you can add washi tape, masking tape. Masking tape is always good. Where's my masking tape? Masking tape is always a good thing if you want to add a little bit of extra note right there. You can put a piece of masking tape, or you can tape things in. Masking tape is awesome. Plus, it makes you not so neat. It makes you not so neat. I've got notes from me on the bar napkins. Yeah, I know, right, Julie? Okay, so collage papers, stickers, stamps, stencils, quotes, words, magazine images, different tapes, washi tape, masking tape, and I'm sure y'all could think of, with y'all's art supplies, you could think of 100 different things to add to your page of whatever it is. Then after that, you're thinking, oh, I want to think about this for a minute. Well, let's see. While I'm thinking about bees, maybe I'll take a little bit of yellow. And again, this is just for your creativity. It's for you to get your ideas, and then maybe you're going to go in here and, maybe add a little bit of paint in between. Which also, if you just see something that you're not going to use and you don't really care about it, and you want, well, I'm not going to use that information, I'll just go ahead and paint that out, and then you've got another layer to journal on, right? Let's see, maybe a little over here. I'll add a little bit over here, a bit here. So again, if you want to keep a sketchbook of your ideas, we call it SOIC, Society of Idea Collecting, but you can call your journal whatever you want. But you see what I'm talking about? Let's go over that tape right there. All right, let's see if I have any questions, any notes. So you can do both. You can keep notes on your phone and keep a sketchbook. There's no reason you can't do both, No reason you can't do both. I'm looking over here at my notes again, seeing if there's, so those things I just mentioned, the collage paper, stickers, stamps, stencils, extra quotes and words, tapes, magazine image. You do that like after you've done all this other stuff. When you're watching a show, a video, a documentary, you're in a meeting, and then you're going to go back and you want to think about it or take, do more research or anything, then you can do this. Oh, good tip the other day. Dolls. I'll see. Yeah. use the papers from the burgers. Yeah. The other thing is deli papers. I use deli papers. You can buy boxes. Here, let me grab one. You can buy boxes of deli papers to jelly plate on, or glue on, or just use, these make good collage papers. You can ink them and, stamp on them, put paint on them, use them, whatever. But deli papers, and you can buy box them. This one's got 1,000, I think, in it. Yeah, 1,000. I've gone through about a half of the box. But I've got the brown ones. You can buy the brown. And all right, I'm back. And my screen went black again. That happened to me, and it's happened to a couple people lately. It just goes black for a second. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if YouTube, StreamYard, what's going on. All right, you might want to just keep that in here just for some ideas. You can use your clips, put you a paper clip, you can use here's my little, you can put some stickers, there's a little rabbit. I keep some little things over here handy. Washi tapes, whatever. So just keep, make you a list at the beginning of the book. Make you a list at the beginning of the book of your supplies that you might want to use. List of things you want, your questions, of course, your questions. But just, keep you a couple of lists in the beginning and then go for it. Go for it. Messy page. Do this messy page. I think I've covered everything that I said right here. I think I covered everything I said right there. Not necessarily in the particular order that I was going to cover it. And then look, here we go. Let's add some color here. Alignment. But if you have a whole book like this, I mean, just looking at it is inspiring. Doesn't this just inspire you to make one? Doesn't this inspire? Doesn't this make you just want to? I'm just kind of outlining the pertinent points of the video there. I don't know. It does me. All right. So let me see if y'all have any questions. Have any questions, comments? Looking for deli papers. That's a handy size. Yeah. I'm just going to sit here a minute and catch my breath and see what y'all have to say. Jonica, who else? Martine. Looking. Y'all ask me something. Tell me something. Would y'all get anything out of this? Did I just spend 2 hours losing my breath for nothing? I wrote down this is like right now, this is the year of the rabbit. But look, I just said, well, I gotta make a note of that. So I wrote down the Chinese lunar calendar. So just whatever. Is your deli paper waxed or unwaxed? This particular one, I don't think it's, let me see. Where's the one I just had? What did I do with it? Didn't I just stick it in here? What I just stick it? There it is. I don't know. It seems like it's not really shiny, but it's, I don't know. How do we tell? I guess maybe I'll look on the box and see what it says on the box. Does it say bakery tissue? Doesn't say if it's waxed or unwaxed. So I'm not sure if all deli paper is essentially the same. I don't know. Thank you, Terry Brett. Somebody said they got some ideas. Thank you, Terry. I think I'm the rabbit. I think I'm a rabbit. I think. So I'd have to go look it up again. But I don't really keep up with that, but I wanted to know. I wanted to know the Chinese New Year animal list of all the animals. Let's see. Unwaxed? Is that unwaxed? Okay. So thanks, sister. Yeah, this is what I use for jelly plating. I don't know if it's I guess it's unwaxed. It's not shiny like wax paper. It's not like wax paper, if that's what y'all mean. Let's see. Reading. Not seeing any other questions. I think I covered everything, guys. So, yeah. Again, I just picked up this journal because it had some stuff mixed in, some pages already messy. So you can start with this. A great flourish of ideas. Thank you. Hi, Kristen. So I'm trying to look around at some different books. I did take this section out of one of my other books because I want to. This is one of my books of from last year. That a book that I did not finish. One of these type of books. So I tore it out, and so it's got all kinds of things. Let me tell you some of the things that I have in here. I have a list of artists. That's one other thing that we were going to do. Here, write down some more notes, people. Write down some more notes. We were going to, let me see, that was on page 37. I don't know. Okay. So, we were going to do for a Society of Idea Collecting project homework and y'all can do this. We didn't get to it last year. Famous artists for inspiration. So we wrote down, I got about, I don't know, I can read them to you if you want. And then the project was to take one new artist a month, and you could pick your artist, didn't have to be off of my list. Take one new artist a month, create something based off of one of the famous artists' work. Okay. So you'd pick, like, here's a Van Gogh. You could take his sunflower painting and make something based off of, not copy his sunflower painting, but study his painting and make something, your own drawing, a card, a sketchbook page, just something, even if he only encouraged you to draw a sunflower, study a sunflower, write about the seeds, the centers, the stem, the colors, where are they grown, how long does it take, all the who, what, why, where, when, how. I'll ask all the questions on a sunflower and write it down. So even if you started like this, you could, I'd probably start with something yellow here. Let's just take up all this paint. And let's just, use up that paint. And on this page, now you could draw a quick sunflower, and ask the questions about, sunflowers. All right, but let's just go back to this right here, the artist. Pick a piece of one of their works and focus on it to bring it out. Then what we were going to do was the first month, let the person choose the artist. So I was going to say, like, all right, Leah, you pick an artist, and then everybody could work on that artist, or you could go off your own list. That was a project that we were going to do last year. We didn't get to it. Let me get a baby wipe, clean my hand off here. It would be something if, we wanted to do something like that. Or you want to do it on your own. It's really, it's really a, maybe you could just here, look, I'll just let y'all kind of look at it. Maybe you could take a screenshot. There's a lot of them. There's a list of some of the artists. And I wrote start with the mind map. There's some more artists there. So if you want to pick any of those artists and do that project, why don't you create a book based off these idea prompts and publish it? Well, to be honest with you guys, this isn't really anything new. I don't know. It's, everything I tell you, you can find in a million places. It's just people just don't look. If I put a book out on it, you probably wouldn't get it because it's like, if you won't listen to me for free on YouTube, are you going to buy my book? And the other thing about doing a book, people have asked me over the years, because, we used to do a lot of color books. Make your own color book, Dee Dee, draw your own. Because, I could draw my own artwork. I could draw my own girl faces and all that. But I like to color. There's a few reasons why I like to use the color books. One, I love other people's art. I love to color. I like to show people that you can use it. If you think, I'm not artistic, I can't do anything. My mom, I got her into coloring and color books. And she, got all into color pencils and different ways to use them, shading, blending. And so there's a lot, don't let anybody tell you that, oh, color booking, that's stupid. Well, tell that to any artist, illustrator, comic book artist. Tell that to them when they're coloring. You can learn so much from a color book on color matching, blending, color composition. There's just so much you can learn. But the other thing about me doing a color book is you're going to spend at least probably a year on any kind of a complex one. If y'all remember, well, we know a few color book artists personally that come to our shows. And it takes a year. It'll take you a year to get out and publish a color book. And that's just dedicating yourself to that one project. I don't want to dedicate myself to one project. I just don't want to. I don't wanna. Don't make me. Yeah, I love ancient art too, Arlene. Anything, pre-Renaissance, I love, and ancient art, I love. I love the history of, I wanted to be an archaeologist when I was a kid. I wanted to be an archaeologist, then I wanted to be a spy, and then, but anyway. So yeah, let's see. Coloring is not easy to learn. Yeah. And coloring is really, you can learn so much about just, colors in general with a pack of color pencil and a color book page. And you know what I'm talking about. You get something. I don't even know if I have one. Let's see here. Where's my here? And then also depends, like here's one I did with Copic. This one's done with Copic, but I've done different ones. This one we did with, we did this one with markers and pencil. We did this last week. But you got all these different faces. You'll learn how to do skin tones, and I do every color, every nationality, because I like to do different, I like to do just different, different. Here's some different ones. I use stencils. I use glitter. These are just some of my finished ones that I have handy. And then I have ones that are not finished, of course. And this, I love her. So there's just so much you can do with coloring. This one, there's a video. We did this. There's a video for this one. So if you want to see any of my coloring, I have literally hundreds of videos on coloring over the last however many years we've been into coloring. So these are just some of the more current ones that I've shown y'all that are handy. This one's out of the big pinup poster girls. So, and I came across this. I did this in 2017, and I came across this, and we did these trolls. I don't remember why we did these trolls. Do y'all remember why we did these trolls? But I came across these trolls from 2017 that I drew. I don't remember. I don't think I ever made a little print out of them or anything. But we did this one back in 2017. When you print coloring sheets, I don't print any coloring sheets. I don't print them out. I use the originals. These are all originals. I don't print any out. Not there's anything wrong with them. I printed out one or two when I want to put them on craft color paper, but I just use the original books. I don't print any out, and I have done some PDFs in the past with what's his name? Can't think of him right now. Not Roseanne's. What's the other one's name? That did all those black cover books. I have printed out a few PDFs from him, but I don't really print out. Yeah, I don't print out. But I don't remember why we did these little trolls. Kelly Kirby, I think I have before and I can't think of his name. Somebody can help me with his name. I've printed out a couple, a few, maybe a handful, but I always try to just use the book. Here's a couple more of another one. I've done this one. Here's one we did with stickles and glitter. Bennett Klein. Thank you, Janet. Bennett Klein. I have printed out a few Bennett Klein because he did one book all in PDF. But other than that one Bennett Klein PDF, I really just don't. I just buy the books. These are I just cut them out of the book. Not that there's anything wrong if you want to print yours out. Especially, and I tell people, let's just say you bought this book. What's her name's here? Like Set of Art Gold, Mariola Budek. This one's from 2021. This is her second one. And you bought this book and it cost $30 or whatever. And you're afraid you're going to mess it up. Well, go make you a copy of it to practice on. Go print out a sheet to practice on before you do the cardstock, original piece, right? So if you want to practice, oh, thank you, Barbara. Let me click on, where's my mouse? There it is. I couldn't find my mouse. Thank you, Barbara, for the super chat, the super sticker. Thank you for supporting the channel. That's what it was. Did we call them trowels? I think we actually called them trowels. I don't know. I don't remember what these were for, why we did this. I don't even remember the purpose for this, but I can make a print of it. It'd probably be a little cut off, it won't be this 11.5 by 14. It'd be more 8.5 by, smaller. But I could do that. So anyway, my point of all that is it takes a long time to produce a color book such as those, such as the ones I was just showing. It does take time to do that. Thank you, Barbara. Hi, Tina. Tina in Sweden. I sent she won something. That's why it's on my mind. But I sent out all the happy mail from Monday. I sent it all out yesterday. So I sent out your little color book page and some stickers to the 6 people that we did the giveaways. And if y'all are just coming in and you missed the show so far, I'm going to go through some more ideas here. Then go back and watch. So here's some things that I did. Some of my tabs and some of my lists. This is part of the book that I took apart because I just took it apart. I wanted this section of ideas and I wanted it handy. I didn't want it in a bigger book like this. This was from one of the books that I worked in last year. So I did the artist actions. I have a list of actions. So if you don't know, okay, let me go ahead and I'll tell y'all a few of the kind of lists that I work off of. And I sometimes rewrite parts of those lists because I can make a list that's 20 pages long. I can make a list of 20 pages of occupations, actions. I could just do, and I write little. I can make, pages and pages and pages. So after I make a page of something, welcome back, Colleen, I can pick out some of the things that I think, oh, you know what? I think I might want to do. And you see a lot of Barbie tabs in here too, because I started the Barbie photography last year. So I can recombine things. You can recombine. All right, here, I'm going to read this list, and I would be thinking of Barbie photography. What could I do with Barbie photography with this list? For example, I mean, you can do tons of things with these lists. I'm just using Barbie as an example. Barbie's my example. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to read this real quick now. Here we go. Jumping, laughing, smiling, swimming, crying, running, sitting, reading, writing, painting, screaming, skipping, looking, talking, whispering, studying, cooking, whistling, shoveling, singing, walking, skating, hearing, scratching, petting, brushing, writing, acting, building, buying, creating, coaching, dancing, drawing, eating, drinking, playing, planning, sleeping, sneezing, touching, leaping, climbing, crawling, commenting, defending, encouraging, exploring, searching, guiding, inventing, discovering, judging, maintaining, measuring, observing, organizing, planning, questioning, researching, solving, supporting, working, dreaming, believing, hoping, bathing, directing, campaigning, praying, preaching, healing. So I could just take that and just use that for a Barbie photography list. I also have lists of occupations. I don't know if I kept the occupations. I think the occupations are another one. But you could take a list of occupations and have Barbie doing all of them. Okay, Teresa, thanks for stopping in. All right, so that's just my actions tab. Okay, then over here I have different emotions. You know, I have different a list of emotions. So then I have a more Barbie. I've got 2 or 3 tabs of Barbie and notes, scanning, papers, topics, techniques, stories, symbols and myths, lost civilizations, discoveries, quotes, journal themes, typing letters, mind maps, sticker ideas, zines. Did I say myths and legends? I have 2 different sections of myths and legends: science, nature, culture, hobbies, history, colors, stamps to carve, retro, swatches. I have the Mother Goose because we did a Mother Goose zine swap, paper illustrations. So anyway, yeah, I got other notes here. Thoughts are seeds. You choose what to grow. So you have all these thoughts, you choose what to grow. And those thoughts can be positive, negative, whatever you're putting in your mind is what you're going to grow. So thoughts are seeds, you choose what to grow. Then I have lists, book notes, fashion notes, collage ideas, surrealism, patterns, recombining what and what. Then I have calligraphy. I always have my questions. Look, I got my questions there. Projects list. My Society of Idea Collector stream projects where we're doing like we're doing now. That's in my list over here. There's the actions. What else do I have here? This was the different these are all those check marks right here. These are all check marks of Barbie photography that I've already done. I've done gardens. I've done 2 or 3 different garden Barbie photography with the peppers. And I did the, what do you call it? The Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper Barbie. I did a 4th of July. I did the new shoes. Mama got a new pair of shoes. I did my cloud cat cat photography with Barbie. This is all Barbie. With Malibu, I did her bike. I did, oh, my watch is low. Hang on. I don't know why I did. I guess my watch didn't get plugged in. Hang on. Let me go throw it on the charger. I'll be right back. And in came Malibu. You going to get up there on the table with us? You can. There's room now. Okay. So then I did Barbie, me and Janet playing chess, Barbie, and all these are on my Instagram if you want to see them. Barbie Friends, the Rainy Cats Day, uh, Barbie, the Peter Piper Picked a Pepper one with me and Denise in the studio. We did a little, Denise and I did a video of me and Barbie. Well, I say me and Denise, we're our Barbies. Um, I have not done the yeah, I did the pumpkin patch, Barbie in the cozy reading nook, did the wheelchair one with Arlene, tree in art room. I'm not sure what that one was. I did the Bride of Frankenstein, Barbie as the Bride of Frankenstein. I did the sewing craft room for Aunt Beck Creations. I've done the bike, the chess game, herding cats. And then did all the ones for Christmas that I have not listed right here because that was when I switched books. I did all my December decorations. I did a Halloween. I did the Bride of Frankenstein. I did fall leaves. So these are all my Barbie. So you see, I write everything down. So these are all my Barbie ideas, and there's more. It's continued over to another page. It's continued over on page 188 and 189. So is that in here? Or is that in the other book? Let's see, did I continue that? Yeah, here it is, Barbie. So here's some more Barbie stuff. Here's all my Barbie things that I want to do. Have her bike riding, painting, drawing, camping. Here's all the list of things that Barbie can be doing. She can more occupations. She can be skateboarding. She can be a violinist. She can be a mermaid. She, and then we did the Nutcracker with Sista. She can be, and I did, here, these are more I did these are some of the ones I did for Christmas. I did the tree farm with the truck. I did the Janet and Robert in the tree, Janet and Arlene in a wheelchair. I did the group Christmas. I did the I Love My Cloud. I did the Nutcracker, the back to me. They're screaming black. So I did the Wednesday Addams dance girl. I did that one. So yeah, we've done a lot of Barbie photography. Can I have that real quick, baby? Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, so all the different ones. Oh, thank you, Devin, for the super chat for Barbie photography budget. Thank you. I need it. Well, right now I've got plenty to do, a lot. I can do a lot of different scenes. If y'all missed the Valentine one, I did that at 10 o'clock at night on Monday night for yesterday. So I did, it wasn't a real wasn't real elaborate. A couple of my carts, I used the little mini, my little shopping cart, the other big cart that's really bigger. Denise got it for me. It's bigger than Barbie can use, but I put it kind of in the background with the, I'll show it to you, with the cats in the cart. Let's see, let's go over here to Instagram. That's probably the quickest. So here's the one I did. I did this a thankful heart for all of you. So you see the cart there. There's a shopping cart full of hearts. There's this cart full of hearts with the cats. Let me scroll over. There they go. So I put the cats up there with little ribbons around their neck. And I just did this kind of quick background. It's just it's one foam core board rather than the room. I didn't do a room. I just did a backdrop for it and did her handing everybody a heart. So thank you, Devin. But let's see. Soon you'll be posting Barbie moving all crap into. No, Denise got me. Remember, Denise got me the condo. She got me that drawer unit for Christmas. Everything is in that drawer unit and in a shoe. One of those clear shoe racks that you put on the back of your door. It's full, but it's on the back of my door for the bike and the horse and the bigger things that won't fit in the condo. It's on the back of my door. All right, so let's go back and see what else we can tell you some more ideas here. So that's the Barbie stuff. Then I have words that I want to do. I got papers and collagey bits here. Let's go back to the main page. I got retro. What else? Fabric patterns. Got things going on here. Oh, and I'm going to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's what my next one is going to be. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Use the Force, Barbie. Use the Force, Barbie. But I'm going to do a Ken doll, and I'm going to do Obi-Wan Kenobi. I actually got the fabric to make him an outfit. I do have a photo of the original. Let's see if I can get to him real quick, though. Here he is. So here's what I'm going to do, Ken. I'm going to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi. And so this is one of my next ones I want to do. Yes, the condo is full. The condo is full. I'm not going to lie, Julie Topaz. All right, so there's that. What else do I have? More on my prayer pouches and scrolls, which I have some different things there. I got some slow stitching things to include lace, crochet, and I get some of this like from Aunt Beck and Carol and somebody else that does slow stitching. To add to your slow stitching, which I will include in my prayer pouches and prayer scrolls, but this is stuff to include in that because I don't just do slow stitching little pieces. They have to be like for something. So lace, crochet, ribbons, applique, sari silk, painted designs. So I have a little list of things to add into the embroidery of my prayer pouches. So there's that. I did do my bee. If you remember, I did my bee. What do you call it now? I probably won't be able to find it right off the bat. Let's see. Let me go over to my Facebook Barbie album. Let's see. Where do I find that? Where do I find my albums quickly? Photos. I'll try to find the bee pouch. I mean, the bees, my bee. No, I don't want photos. That photos. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to find I can't even find my own files. Trying to find my own files because it's kind of anyway. Photos. No, I don't want to look at my photos. I want to find my albums. Well, I can't find it. Anyway, I made a bee, embroidered a cape with a giant bumblebee on the back. I can't find it right now, the picture. It's in my Barbie photos somewhere. All right, so let's see. Then we got, so there was that. Let's fold this back over here. So you can see where my idea notebooks lead to. More idea notes. Then I have topics, papers, the techniques, I got story ideas, colors and pattern ideas. What's this one? Oh, here's all the myths. So I got my myths and my legends and fairy tales and fantasy ideas. There's lists of those. What else? What else do I have in here? Inventions and quotes, journals. What else? Tabs. Type, any kind of, type, mind maps, sticker ideas, because I wouldn't mind doing some stickers, more mind maps, Society of Idea Collectors, more Society of Idea Collectors, zine ideas, lots of zines. We did a Barbie zine. I think I got a copy of my Barbie zine in here. More prayer scroll stuff, myths and legends, science things, nature, culture. Stop going black, my screen going black every now and then. Where's my Barbie? There's a garden, there's more shapes. Here's more. What's all this? This is swatches. Oh, the Mother Goose. We did a Mother, that's what it was. Here's my Mother Goose Barbie zine. So this was my zine I did. So this was all my Mother Goose notes when we did the Mother Goose zine last year. I know I'm probably missing stuff. So I did Little Miss Muffet with Barbie. This was my Mother Goose zine. So I did Little Miss Muffet, sat on her tuffet, eating her curds. And these are actual photos that I took of my Barbie out in the garden. And then I printed them out and made the zine. Along came a spider. See her looking at it? And sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. And there she's running. And in the original photo, you could see the cat. You could see the cat in there running with her. But I didn't make sure the cat was in this one. But there she is running away. So yeah, so that was my Barbie zine for Little Miss Muffet. And yeah, and so these were all the different. Made a list of all the different Mother Goose. Well, not all of them, but a decent list of the Mother Goose poems that I could have chosen. Okay, Shaz, thanks. So Jack Be Nimble, Jack and Jill, Little Bo Peep, Little Boy Blue, Little Jack Horner, Little Miss Muffet, and that's what I went with that. And I wrote possible notes. This is when I actually was designing the zine. That's what this was from. London Bridge, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Old Mother Hubbard, Peter Piper. I'm just picking out some of them. Polly Put the Kettle On, Ring Around the Rosie, Sing a Song of Sixpence. There Was a Crooked Man. There Was an Old Woman, The Little Pig, The Three Blind Mice, Wee Willie Winky. So I wrote a lot of them down, and some of them I actually wrote them out so that I could decide while I was writing them out. I'm trying to think how Barbie could be, because I wanted to do Barbie as the zine, you know. And here's some more. There's another little zine idea. There's my Little Miss Muffet. And then I just did little sketches and notes of how I was doing page 1, page 2, page 4. So I laid it all out. And guys, I do not do sequential well. Everybody goes, why don't you do a comic book? Why don't you make I don't do sequential well, especially if I have to keep repeating the same photo, or not the same photo, the same drawing. If I had to draw Superman 1,000, and I'm just using him as an example, I don't want to draw Superman. If I had to draw Superman 5,000 times, I would just like pull my hair out. So, but I did do the Barbie, zine sequential thing. And then here's some different some more little Miss Muffet, from a children's little book, and Little Bo Peep. So I have some more ideas if we ever did another one, but I just kept those in there. There's different tests with my mixing the zebra mild liner and the Tombow pen. So I used the mild liner as the base, and I went over it with the Tombow to see how that would work. So that was a test. Here's more notes on Barbie, Mother Goose, notes, Twinkle Little Star, notes. See, I don't do anything halfway. More photos. I did the Peter Piper in Barbie in the garden with the clothesline of picked peppers, Little Bo Peep with the sheep. And I said, put them on a stick so I can move it around. All kinds of little notes of how to do things. Jack Be Nimble, do a candlestick jump with a Barbie or a can. Little Miss Muffet, the spider on the tuffet. That's what I did. That one. Have check marks on the ones I did. Mary Had a Little Lamb, do a sheep in overalls and a bucket on a farm. Some different ideas, using old boots, Old Mother Hubbard, going down with the dog in the cupboard, Ring Around the Rosie with all Barbies, doing a Ring Around the Rosie, Starlight, Star Bright. I did do that with a Twinkle, Twinkle Little Star. There is a video of, a Barbie photography of that, some more Tombow blush, and then paper illustration ideas. What other tabs do I have here? Books collecting books and different books that I've either collected or collecting, and different notes on books, lists. What do I have over here? What is this? Oh, collage ideas. This was my bee design for my Barbie cape. More collage ideas. This was my Inktober from last year. I wrote down all the different things that I could use in Inktober. Are y'all bored stiff listening to me with my ideas? Hi, Joyce. This was last year's book. or one of them. So I wrote down all the different things I could think of for Inktober, and I scratched off the ones that I used. So if I have a line through it, I used them. If they didn't get a scratch through, I did not use them. But here's some ideas for Inktober, because I did my Inktober using sea creatures. Seahorse, and they're all on Instagram. Seahorse, sea dragon, seaweed, coral, a sponge, axolotls, crab, lobster, blowfish, lanternfish, anchors, an eel, sea turtle, treasure and coins. I did not use that. Oysters and a pearl, octopus, jellyfish, stingray, baby shark, lionfish, school of minnows. I didn't use that. Angelfish, starfish, beta fish, sand dollar, clownfish, a message in a bottle. Didn't use that. Shrimp, diver's helmet. Didn't use that. Cuttlefish, anemone, starfish, squid, manta ray, various color fish. I didn't use that. Sea snail, crab, shoehorse crab, hermit crab, a walrus, hammerhead, a porpoise. So anyway, that's all the different things. And then for October, I want to do Inktober, a collage pumpkin, which I did my collage pumpkin, cute and creepy coloring. I did cute and creepy coloring, and a Barbie costume, which I did the Barbie Frankenstein. So those were my October goals. I did all my goals for October. Just some different papers, some ideas. Here's where I was going to do a Barbie board. I was going to draw an undersea board for Barbie to be in. More actions for her. See, Barbie, more Barbie stuff. Because, I started that last year. So I got tons of, this is all the stuff I did do with Barbie. I checked them all off. This was, this is when I did her as a pirate. So if y'all remember, I did Talk Like a Pirate Day, Barbie, the costume with the black boots, the black tights. I was going to do it in the like at the pond and have her like reflected in the water, but it just ended up doing it here on the desk. So I did the corset, the skirt, the white pantaloon, the white blouse. So here's all my little ruffled on one side, the skulls, ties, all the different little notes that I did for the Barbie costume. What else is in here? Words and things that I want to do. Lists for the Surrealism. And if you take these items, I'll go ahead and read you some of these, but listen. All right. So you have to kind of imagine a couple things. I know we're getting down to the almost 11:30. I hope y'all got a lot out of this because I've been talking for 3 solid hours now. Okay. So these are kind of the ideas that I will take, and some of them that I use all the time, like fog and mist, right? Time, which is watches, clocks, anything to do with time. And then and it doesn't have to just be for surrealism, but this can be for any kind of collage ideas or any kind of imagination ideas. Y'all know that we'll take, let me do a quick page here. And we've done this many times. If you take a list, make a list of this, places, things, and we'll go ahead and do occupations because that adds another layer, okay? If you make a list, a person, though, can be anything living. So this can be animals, and you can also make a list of animals, insects, birds. You can do, trust me, I got a list on everything. But if you just want to make a quick list, okay, take anything living and make a list. Places, that can be anything from your kitchen to Paris, France, okay? Any places. Then things is anything like pens, pencils, tape. It can be, kitchen utensils, anything. And then a list of occupations. Okay, here's your homework if you want homework other than doing the book. Make lists of all these things, but on one page, make this. Just do a short list, maybe 20 of each thing, okay? 20 of each thing, 20 anything living, 20 places, 20 things, and 20 occupations on one sheet, okay? List those. Then number them. 1, 2, 3, do 20, okay, all the way down to 20. Do 20 of each. Then do random, yes, prompt ideas. Then do random generator or just pick random numbers and pick, like, let's just say you pick 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then go to 4, 5, 6, and 7. And whatever is on that list, combine them to make something. Okay. It could be a person, could be your cat in the kitchen with, you know, my cat likes to get into the bread. I have to hide the bread. Oliver does. So it could be a cat in the kitchen with a loaf of bread, and an occupation could be a pirate. So this cat is a pirate stealing bread in the kitchen. All right. Now just use your imagination and picture that. Okay. Just use your imagination and picture that. You could sketch it, you could doodle it, you could write it out. If you don't think, oh, I can't draw, write it out. Write a story. You could make a whole children's book about a pirate cat. And I think there is one. I think there is a story about a pirate cat. It's somehow that's in my head somewhere. I can kind of envision that. I think there's a story about a pirate cat. But you could do a pirate cat and the things that the places the cat goes and the things that the cat collects. Maybe the pirate ship. The pirate ship has layers and rooms where he's collected different things. You see what I'm saying? See where it goes? Okay. Pete the cat. Yeah. So anyway, so make lists of person, place, thing, occupation, just maybe 20 or 25 in each list, random pick from each list, and then recombine them. So in that same vein, recombine some of these. Now, they're not necessarily in this order. Ideas that I have that I like to remember to use, because y'all know anything space. Also, keep in mind, if you recombine, do large and small, light and dark, you know, big, huge and tiny. I just write all kinds of notes, but to remember these, keep them fresh in my mind. So not that I ever forget these really, or that when I go to make a collage for you guys, y'all know I'm doing 2 books of collage this year, that I ever really forget this stuff, but it's just nice to write it down every now and then, write down some ideas. So, of course, my time, I use my watch as my clocks, my sundials, and hourglasses, and then recombine any of these. Is that? Oh. Okay, so of course I do anything with space, which includes oceans. I have ocean written down there too, but you could do the ocean in space or the space in the ocean. I like to do that. Y'all remember what I just did? Let me show you my collage that I just did on Monday. Let's see, where is it? It's in this book. As I'm working in 2 books, so I always forget which book I'm in. It's in the second page, so it's in the other one. So, which was in the second page? Oh, here. No, that's the mushroom. Well, where's my pen? What? I thought it was in this one. Maybe it is in the other one. There it is. This is the one I did on Monday. So I did space and undersea. Okay. And y'all know I love my time. I love my watch hands. I love my astronauts. So this is the one I did on Monday. But I'm just telling y'all some more things you can do. Oh, and I got to read out of my Rachel book. All right, so here we go. I like to try to remember to use drips and splatters and, you know, a bucket of stars. I don't want to forget to do, and waterfalls, clouds, fog, mist, light glows, candles, light bulbs. And then I also have a compass, arches, doors, portals, and bridges. See, I love to use all those things. Rain, stairs, rocks and rock walls, paths, waves, fire, trees, mushrooms, and then I had some different jellyfish, fish, crabs, bees, honeycomb, crystals and jewels, butterflies, insects, trees. I got a starfish, a seahorse, and cactus. Oh my. I like to use checkerboard sometimes, piano keys, dominoes, books, balloons, hot air balloons, acorns, branches, roots, seeds, trees, marbles. I like to use marbles. Use marbles for planets, ships, shells, feathers, moths, butterflies. So, you know, that's just some of the things that I just note that I like to use in my collage. So this was from last year's book. So in the same way is what I'm doing. Different things in this book, which I've already got quite a bit started, collected, and going in this book. And then also in the one that I just showed you that I took the ideas out of today. I've got all kinds of things going in this book. So there you go. And if y'all missed the beginning of the show, I did go through about 20 different journals that are possible for you to use. So there we go. Now it's time to wind down and read out of our 1001 Ways to Creativity, as if you didn't get enough. hopefully you got some ideas. And don't forget that after you do your, whatever page you, where's our Mary page? Then you can go back in with stamps and stencils and paint and just kind of make it cool looking after you've got all your notes taken. So this is the one we did today, just to show you. Has it been inspiring, Kelly? Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and read out of our 1001 Ways to Creativity. Level up my page there. And yeah, so we are now into the section called the purple section. This one is called, what section are we in? We got out of the heart section, and now we're into the working creativity. And this is like a purple color. And then the next, there's different sections with, this is kind of a red violet, then it goes into blue, purple. But anyway, so I'll read a couple pages. I try to remember to do this every week. Read a couple pages. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks, Janet. I hope so, because guys, I'm all about having you be inspired, knowing you can do it. You can do it. People that say I don't have an imagination have not listened to my show, because if you do this, you will never run out of ideas. With the list, the mind mapping, the journaling, you will never run out of ideas. And if you think you are, then go into my Society Idea Collector playlist. There's a lot of videos in there. And I do have about, 20 playlists. Thank you, Pacola. Pacola makes me do some things. And also, I did post 3 new books in my community tab. I'm trying to do that every Monday, post 3 books. I'm just showing the covers. I'm not talking about them. I'm not reviewing them. I've mostly probably shown and reviewed them here at some point in the show, but I'm just showing the covers of 3 books every Monday to use my community tab more. So, all right. Let's see. All right, let me take a sip of my lemon water, and then we'll start. Read a couple pages. All right. Again, take what you want from this. Write down ideas that occur to you. It doesn't have to be anything to do with the quote. If I'm reading a quote, which I may or may not agree with, if I'm reading the quote and you get an idea, write that idea down. Don't ignore those thoughts and those ideas and those dreams and those moments that come to you. Don't ignore them, because they may be a fruit of something really great. But if you don't write it down, you're going to lose it. Just saying. Okay, so often a work project seems uninspiring because it is too familiar. Turn dull tasks into creative tasks by challenging yourself to do better than you did last time. If you only create when you are in the mood, you will create very little. I know y'all know my motto, 99% of inspiration is in your butt. You sit down and you start something. Ideas will flow. If things don't seem to be flowing, switch your attention to a different project by all means, but don't simply give up and stop trying. Take a trip to the sea or the mountains. Put things in perspective before you begin work, and you will find your work seems far less arduous. And if you can't go to the mountains, you can't go to the sea, you do have Google. You can go explore. You have Google Earth. You can zoom in on a seashell, on a beach, and, wherever. Okay. Nothing is more satisfying than admiring a work you have created after a particularly difficult struggle. Art is not about thinking something up. It's the opposite, getting something down. At work, everyone tends to become dull and predictable due to the repetitive nature of the daily routine. Talk to others about their lives outside work, and soon you will find you soon find they become more animated and inspired. If you can tap into that mindset, creativity will flow more easily. I'll read 2 more pages. As you become more used to creative work, it should get easier and easier, so keep practicing. There's no better feeling than creating. To get to the point where ideas are flowing freely, however, to get to the point where ideas are flowing freely, however, can often be difficult and exhausting work. Creativity is not a pool that you gradually drain. It's more like a muscle which grows stronger the more often it is exercised. Work will always be with us, and many works are worthy, but the worthiest works of all often reflect an artful creativity that looks more like play than work. And we'll leave it there. I don't know what I do with my little thing. Let's just put another new one in there to pick up where we left off next week. And yeah, I like to read a little inspiration every week. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. I hope you got lots of ideas because I threw them all out there. And if y'all have met someone here for the first time, or there's someone new you don't know about, go check out their channel and follow them and peruse their awesomeness and creativity, because there's lots and lots of creative, awesome people that come here and that are on YouTube. So you're welcome, Devin. So go follow as many people as you can. It doesn't cost anything just to go follow them, and if you like what they do, then click the bell so you get notifications. And hope y'all all have a great day, and keep those that need it in your thoughts and prayers. There's always people that need prayer. Trust me, there's always people that need prayer. So, oh, thank you, Debbie Bruce. Thank you. All right, guys, y'all have a blessed rest of your week, and we will see you on Monday. All things, as long as all things, we like to say the good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Oh, thank you, Shaz, for the Australian $7.99 super chat. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat from down under. Thanks, guys. All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye.